that I was jamming. You know what I mean? We're live.
We are live.
We are live. We are live. We are live. Let me turn this music down too, because I'm over here jamming. You know, I like having a good time. It's Wednesday night.
Hello.
In the projects. This is the Danza Project. We are on episode number Orlando and Lando. What episode are we on?
150.
No, we're not. This has got to be like 152.
It's some kind of milestone.
It's milestone. We passed the milestone. We're on 152.
All right, 152.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Don't try to twist me up and make the numbers all messed up. By the way, we like doing shit live, so we say a lot of, fuck shit, whatever the fuck we want. This is the Danza Project. This is the Projects. Welcome to the Projects, Channing Crowder.
Appreciate this. Ain't the Projects, brother. You call this area the Projects?
This is what we're calling this room right here is the Projects.
Oh, okay, of this big ass
we're
house.
not in the Projects.
Okay, yeah. And my wife got a Tesla outside. Don't tell me that. Man, this is nice area. Man, I appreciate y'all having me on, bro.
Hell yeah, absolutely. We got my guy. I'm Danza, by the way. In case you didn't get my name, that's the name. I'm Danza. And we got my guy Kato in the building over here.
Bills, baby. Hello.
How's life, man?
Busy, moving fast. It's the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? We making everything right, sewing it up quick so we can start the next cycle and do it big next year. I feel like 2024 going to be an interesting year.
Absolutely.
Gotta get them checks in for the 31st, ain't it?
Yeah. People owe. So I need
Get on that 2023 tax cycle.
Come on.
Yeah, you know what it is now. Huh? We all businessmen.
There you go. So
Gotta get that money, you know what I'm saying? But yes, absolutely. We got Channing Crowder in the building. How was your Thanksgiving? Let's take a shot. We can take
Man, oh yeah. We appreciate y'all. It was good, bro. We went to New York. We stayed right there on what's it called? Central Park with the kids. And went to the Macy's Day Parade, the Blue Man Group, and the Ice Cream Museum, and all the New York tourist shit.
Yep.
It was cool, man, but New York is a stressful goddamn place. I ain't gonna lie. Walking around New York, Times Square, it's stressful, man. I don't like it. I can't live in no city. I'm a country motherfucker. Because, bro, you walking with a 12 and a 10-year-old, walking down the street. Then you see a big-ass Elmo, a motherfucking gorilla, Spider-Man, goddamn Superwoman, a naked dude playing a guitar,
you ain't talking
and
about floats yet.
billion people walking around. Bro, that shit's stressful to be with kids. I thought my daughter was gonna get kidnapped every second I was there. I said, yeah, man, I can't. I'm a country dude. My wife, she went to Howard and all, so she knows the city. I always lived in the country, so I love the country, laid back. You can walk around nonchalant, looking at trees, man. That New York shit ain't for me.
No, you're right, man. It's
Buffalo,
like
New York, born and raised, just so you know.
It's something in the air. It's like I went to Vegas because Vegas is like this too. When you on the strip, it's something in the air. It's like chaotic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We stayed in one hotel right there on the strip, and then our flight got delayed because of a bomb cyclone. Never heard of that before, but sounded like a terrorist threat. But anyways, we stayed at a place off the strip at the Hilton, just not even a mile, just a couple feet off. Peaceful as could be. Just that slight difference. It's like crossing the train tracks, just completely calm, completely different. But you're right. In New York and in big cities like that, especially with the parade going on and all that, it's a lot of hectic, chaotic, stressful energy. And then you got your little ones too. So.
Yeah, you ain't kidnap my damn kids.
Nah.
I'm coming to get you like, what's Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson.
Like, I have a special set of skills, bitch. I'm coming to get my baby.
Hey, man, come on.
Hey, man, that's how it's got to be. But again, see, you're a South Florida native, correct?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm from Atlanta, but I've been down here 20. Everybody think I'm from Florida, but
Well, yeah, you've been here for a long. I
been
meant
a long
like
ass
you're
time.
living here.
yeah, I ain't leaving down here.
So am I. But again, I like literally letting it be known that I'm from Buffalo. Like,
Yeah, you a Bill?
yeah,
Look,
Bill's
yeah,
Mafia to the day I die. You know.
Oh,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
yeah. Y'all some wild ass fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all different.
Yeah.
Y'all different. I say Bills and the Eagles fans are some nasty motherfuckers.
Yeah, every time Tom Brady came through, we threw dildos at him.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. First time, swear to God, it's people talk about fan bases, but the first time I went to Buffalo in 2005, and I'm just riding the bus. You got your headphones on. You literally about to go play football. Like, you don't take it as serious as these motherfuckers take it. And a goddamn egg hit the window. Bam! I looked and I saw the yolk and shit growing out. I was like, these motherfuckers throwing eggs at us. These people are crazy. It's not even the Jets fans, the Giants fans aren't nasty like that. Like anybody, but the Philadelphia, something wrong with the water in Philadelphia. Them people are crazy. Philadelphia and Buffalo fans are probably the two worst. Because I played in pretty much every away stadium through my career. Buffalo and the Philly fans are the ones that really just are nasty.
And you got to really think about what I said, right? They threw dildos at Tom Brady. You know what that really means, right?
A bunch of guys went down to the store
and snuck these dildos in.
Whoa.
Think about that.
I don't want to.
Just think about how nasty that is.
Yeah, that's dedication.
If you smiling, bro, that's nasty. Damn.
That's what Buffalo does. They don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know who snuck the dildo in, all right? But I know that they put a lot of effort into this dildo selection. All right?
And y'all dive through tables, light the bitch on fire. Like, it's some wild stuff y'all do. Yeah.
I don't do all that, but I do enjoy watching it. You know what I mean? Like, but I definitely don't do it. I'm not going to be.
Y'all got a little squad, though.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, though? Like, you know, it's tough for us right now. I'm not going to lie.
Analysis of it, like Josh Allen's a monster. Y'all had to change OCs when y'all went from who was it?
Ken Dorsey
to Brady.
Yeah.
So I love what Brady's doing with Josh Allen because he's making him not make mistakes. So I was even saying I was watching the game last week against the Eagles, and he didn't throw a pass over 15 yards for damn near 2 quarters. He's just letting him dink and dunk, run the ball. Like he encouraged him to run the ball, and that's the thing where I always bring up Brett Favre when I talk about Josh Allen. Like, Brett Favre would throw 35 touchdowns, but the bitch had 21 interceptions because he's going to just let the bitch go. Like, go make it happen. And Josh Allen got a lot of that. I'm not saying that motherfucker's Brett Favre. I'm just saying there's an approach to the game. So Joe Brady is trying to kind of muzzle Josh Allen, slow him down and say, hey, take this, take that. All the long throws were outside. Don't throw deep across the middle. There's too many goddamn people in there. So what Joe Brady's doing, I want to see how through this second half of the season if that can really help out Josh Allen. But Josh Allen is a big ass, talented, fast, strong human being. Yeah. He physically has everything he needs. We've seen it. But you can't just give him, carte blanche on the field because he's gonna make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. And I feel like, my analysis of everything that went on with the Buffalo Bills is, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're in the league. You were in the league. You know what I'm saying? You understand it. You're around it. We had Super Bowl aspirations. Week 3, I believe. Week 3 or 4, we lose Trey White again. Then we play Miami. We lose Matt Milano and Daquan Jones. That's tough. I feel like the entire team was played deflated for a few weeks. Like, here we go again. Injuries, and I felt like, I don't want to blame Ken Dorsey. I blame the entire team for kind of just walking out there thinking like, here we go again, because the injuries deflated team. Yeah. Do you think losing Milano and Trey White, because those are big pieces. Those are all pro pieces right there.
Oh no, it's to your point. It's like Cincinnati right now. Joe Burrow's done. They don't have a chance to do anything. Like it's literally, it's all sports. In NBA, right now, let's say Giannis goes down. Or when, the Bucks ain't going to be shit. Like, it's individuals that make teams.
Of course.
So when you lose Milano, who's one of my favorite linebackers in the league, right? He could ball. I say Fred Warner, C.J. Mosley, Milano. He's right there in that top 5. And guys like that, it does hurt your team, but that's when the good teams have to figure it out. Like even Dallas. So what's the boy's name? Diggs. When Diggs went down.
Yeah.
Then they brought in Bland, and Bland just broke the NFL record in pick sixes. If you think that you're going to do it, the Dolphins just did it because Jalen Phillips went down. They brought in Jason Pierre-Paul to try to pick up that slack, and that's what you have to do. If you really think you can win, you have to replace those guys or have contingency plans on those guys. But that defense can be as good as good. Front four with, I love it. Rousseau from UM, Ed Oliver, like y'all's the front four where they can get after the ball. That's why they whooped the Dolphins. I can't wait to see this Week 18 game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the Dolphins supposed to be one of the AFC's best, and they about to go against Ed Oliver and all them boys up front again. But when the NFL, somebody's going to get damn hurt. Everybody gets hurt because there's a bunch of big motherfuckers out there running real fast and tearing ligaments and tearing Achilles and all that bullshit. you have to have contingency plans on them. And that's what is it, McDermott? McDermott has to figure that thing out if you really think. The Eagles are going to have some injuries coming up soon.
Yeah.
The 49ers, they had injuries. Debo was out for a while. Like, good teams are going to have injuries. You have to be able to work through those injuries, and that's what the Bills are figuring out. But I'm worried about the Bills in the AFC because if they can get it clicking, and what I've seen out of Josh Allen, bro, it can be something.
I like that. Let me get some, you know what I mean? Let me get some. Yeah, I like that. I like that. You know, I'm worried anytime I talk to anybody that's donned the Miami Dolphins uniform being in Buffalo so long. I'm like, I hate him.
Oh, man, I played fucking
I might have thrown the egg.
I played J.P. Lossman and motherfuckers like that.
Oh, yeah,
we was whooping y'all's ass back in the day. Yeah, we wasn't good, but y'all motherfuckers wasn't good either. Yeah, we was all bad. Bitch had games 10-7.
I felt like J.P. Lossman used to just drop back and say, look how high I could throw it.
Let it go. And then there was an individual out of Oakland, California, when y'all got Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
That made my goddamn life hell. Y'all was still sorry as fuck, but I had to hit that big bitch every goddamn twice a year. Sean was a monster.
Monster. Beast mode.
Man, Sean was a monster.
I'll tell you what. I got big balls. Right? I was in a club in Buffalo. And my girl said some shit at the time. The girl I was dating, you know, that he made an advantage or slapped her ass or some shit. I don't care how big I am. I'm a shit talker. I'm a fighter. I love it. It's not me. So I'm in the club, another club, because Buffalo's like that. You bounce from club to club to club. You don't stay at one. I'm taking a piss. I see him. Bitch. Now I'm talking shit. Yeah. And his people walked around me. I seen how big he was. I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to take my ass whooping. There's people around him, and they just looked at me. And they're like, they're just like laughing like this. What's wrong with you? I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Buffalo's
and I'm just talking
different.
shit. He's like, one of the dudes he was with was just like, what's wrong with you?
Why you doing this?
Yeah, you don't want to do this. I was like, I don't want to do this, and you don't want to do it.
Oh man, no.
You know what I mean? But they left me alone. You know, at the end of it, you still get that sigh of relief. Like, damn, I was just about to get my ass whooped in there. You know what I mean? Like,
man.
It was really about to happen, but he really is a big ass dude. You know what I mean? 1-on-1, I would have got my ass whooped. There was like a good 5 of them.
Yeah. You don't want to. I tell you, but it's some big soft motherfuckers that play in the game. Yeah. I tell you, that's Sean, my dude. There, you don't mess with Sean now. Sean, I done seen Sean whoop some ass before. So yeah, but
that's a big boy right there.
It's funny because a lot of dudes, like I've done it before, where dudes are, you can come out here and party, but you can't win a goddamn game, and they talk all that shit. Yeah. And my whole line to people was like, and I just look at them very calmly, and I say, yeah, we didn't win that game, but I know who's gonna win this fight. And then come like calmly saying it, kind of, or my other thing would be somebody starts talking shit, and I would reach down and like I would stare him in the eye and start tying my shoes, and it has to put something in the back of your mind, like
clock ticking.
This dude is calmly tying his shoes. Yeah. And I just called him a bitch. He must know something. Man, I done been in that. He said, Google me. Like, I done been in fights forever. But, I've been in hundreds of fights. Yeah. But that's when I started getting older and smarter, where those are my 2 ways of getting out of fights. But I would just look at a person calmly and be like, I know who's going to win this fight. And just say it very nonchalant. Yeah. And a lot of people, to be honest, I heard something one time. They said 70-something% of people cannot punch somebody in the face as hard as they can. They're naturally going to pull back. Like, human nature, like in your heart, you can't just lay into somebody's face. And me being the portion that can, I was like, you know what? I
really will do this.
I need to start talking to the 77%, 75%, whatever it was, because of the fact that you really don't want this. And I ain't going to call you out, but you're just upset. But you don't want to fight Marshawn fucking Lynch, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to do it. So that's how I started. And that's how I kind of stayed out of jail in the league, where I figured that out. Where people really don't want to fight, it's ego.
They don't want to stand up.
You ain't going to touch my girl's ass.
They want to stand up. They want to feel like a man. They want to have that, you know what I'm saying? But they really don't want this fade. Because, I done started fighting people for a number of times, and you start whooping their ass, and they're really not ready for that ass whooping. They start getting hit, and I'm like, bitch, you ain't gonna throw nothing back? Yeah, I'm the only one throwing in this motherfucker.
I will say this though, I do got that animal instinct in me, and I'm definitely not a bitch. In that moment, I ain't give a fuck. I ain't care how big he was. It's just the ego. It is the ego.
It was principle.
But I don't mind getting an ass whipping if I got to take an ass whipping. Just let me get one lick in.
I think they
just
saw that in
I don't
you.
fuck with it.
I think they saw that in you.
And they fuck with me. They're like, this little motherfucker right here.
Let's you don't want to do this.
Yeah, just you don't want to do this. Go get a drink, boy. You know what I mean? Like, and I was younger. You know what I mean? It's just I'm a dickhead, but that's how it is.
I'm the same way. I'll talk people out of it. I'll be like, come on, bro. We all just trying to have a good time. You don't want to do this. You don't want to. Come on, bro. You trying to have a good night? Let's have a good night, bro. Because I will hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And just like you said, very calmly, like you don't want to do this, brother. And little do you know, hey, I'm trained, so I will hurt you professionally, calmly, very efficiently.
Yeah.
You don't want to do this, my friend. And as long as and the problem is too, I talk shit when I fight. So halfway, I fucking told you ain't didn't I? It's a problem. I don't know if that's a South thing, but I talk shit when I fight.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a South thing or my police record, but when I fight, I try to whoop ass real quick and I try to run.
Get out. Yes, sir.
Yeah. My whole thing. Every time every arrest I had evading attached to it because I'm going to run.
Yeah. I got a few of those.
Y'all seen, what's that movie when the motherfucker go to space? Don't want to close my eyes.
Apollo?
No. Armageddon.
Yeah.
There we go.
And they went to get Michael Clark.
I miss you, baby.
Yeah, they went to get Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
And on that motorcycle, he said, y'all got to catch Big Papa Bear. That was my whole thing when I used to get locked up. Bitch, y'all got to catch me. Yeah. I was running every single time.
Well, see, in the day, I learned quick. You got two chances. If you fight in the club, security going to kick you out first. But that ain't the police. Then once you outside, then you got to worry about the police. So I know I got one layer of defense. So why we here? What's up? But the problem is, you a tall guy, six something. A lot of times, I don't look for the fight. Okay? Now, I'm minding my business. Now, if the fight comes my way, now I'm looking at it like, out of everybody in this room, you chose me. Well, I might have to give you what you want, brother. And that's where it goes to, listen, you don't want to do this. You came here to have fun. You don't want to do this. And they like, maybe I don't, but you know what I mean? Ego start to pop up. I try to talk people out of it. That's the craziest psychological thing you can do.
That liquor get them going.
Yeah.
Liquor done got so many ass whoopings. Boy, liquor done created so many ass whoopings in this world.
Yeah, liquor's an ass whooping sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Broken orbital bones, sponsored by motherfucking tequila. Every time.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's how
You know how many times I got
ass.
jumped for this shit? Like, I got jumped a lot. Because I just don't care. You know what I mean? You see a bunch of people over there, they're like, say it again. Fuck your mother.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, let's go. Let's get it. It don't matter to me.
This ain't nothing about
that. But I know you had a fight that's out there that was in the public, the bar fight that you had. What's up with that?
Man.
What's that, in college?
He said, which one?
Yeah, I got locked up. No, real talk. I got locked up. I got in trouble a bunch of times for fighting. High school, college. In the league, I never got caught.
I don't know. You just kind of giggled, man.
I never got caught. We had some good fights in the league, but we never got caught. But yeah, no, that's one of the times I got locked up. It's literally like, bro, it's just a bar fight.
Yeah.
But you just said it. I was in Gainesville. I'm 6'3", 250 pounds. I'll be honest.
This is the one.
I was the shirt off dude in the club.
Yeah.
I ain't even wear nice clothes to the club because I know I'm leaving, and that's when Air Force Ones were big, Nelly, and I'm from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have them ones and shorts and the big black and white tees.
That's it.
And as soon as I walk in the club and get any darkness, I'm about to take the shirt off. Shit, I had abs. Like, I work out hard to be able to. So I'm about to take the shirt off. So I was shirt off in the club, guy. And Pastor Troy. Y'all remember Pastor Troy? Ain't no more playing GA. So I know Troy from Atlanta. And
that's a legend right there.
He came to Gainesville, and actually, we about to cross up all kind of goddamn conversations. But Fred Taylor was in Jacksonville. So a lot of people don't know this. Fred Taylor used to come back to Gainesville, which is like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. Fred T used to come back to Gainesville for like big weekends with people performing, and Freddie T would buy the whole VIP out for the football team.
Come on.
He'd buy 10 bottles, 12 bottles, whatever it is.
Fly
And,
shit.
you know, in Gainesville, a bottle ain't but $80. So, you know.
Yeah, nah, you doing it.
Yeah, you showing out with $400, $500, $600. So Freddie come buy bottles, buy the whole VIP, and then Freddie would hit it, and then whoever was kind of like the party liaison of the team would kind of take over the section, and that's when me and Fred got cool because I was the party liaison. So Fred,
the shirt off guy,
half naked, walking through the club. So Freddie was there that weekend, so Fred got the big section, and whenever there was a big concert or big event in Gainesville, a lot of dudes came up from Ocala, a lot of dudes came up from Jacksonville, like all the little cities around the area that come to Gainesville.
Because Central Florida is like a whole different state, basically. I
That's what
went
it
to
is.
UF, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
So you know what I'm saying? All the motherfuckers would pour in from them little bitty ass, raggedy ass cities. And
To go to the one little black club.
the one little black club. It was called the Palace, Florida Theater, and all that stuff. That's what Troy. So Troy was there. Anyway, long story short, so they there. The owner, Lou, his name was Lou Perez. I think he locked up now. He was like, hey, Crowder, because at that time I was All-American, you know what I'm saying? I was, people knew me in Florida. Yeah. So at that time, he was like, hey, you have to turn the lights on at 1:30. You got to, be out by 2, you know what I'm saying, for the fire department and all that. So he was like, hey, Crowder, come tell everybody to leave. Because I'm up there with Troy. I know Troy, his little brother played football in Atlanta.
Yeah, you in there.
So I knew everybody in the club. I knew the owner. I knew everybody. So he's like, hey, tell him to leave. So I get on the mic and I tell him, I was like, hey, man, y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to leave here.
Hell up out of here.
And I've been drinking hot Hennessy. That's all I remember. Troy had a bunch of bottles of Hennessy in the back, and we had Hennessy in the section.
Hennessy always get the fight started.
But it was no ice or chasers, or it was just hot bottles of Hennessy, and I'm just drinking this hot Hennessy. And that Hennessy make you fight.
Let alone hot Hennessy. That's the important detail, ladies and gentlemen. The hot part.
Just hot.
It's 2 different drinks.
Just hot.
Henny and crayon on the rocks, or however you drink your Henny, versus hot Henny.
And we was drinking hot. And the dude, and so I did the whole, hey, y'all gotta go home, you gotta leave here, da-da-da-da. And then the Hennessy took over. And I said, anybody wanna see me, I'll be in the parking lot across the street.
Hold on. Like meet and greet, or like
No.
fight me. Like
I don't know. The Hennessy took over.
you might have had 2 different lines.
But bro, it was like, hey, y'all ain't gotta leave here. And like when I get on stage, motherfuckers start cheering. They're like, oh yeah, they know who I am. Oh, Crowder. I'm like, yeah, y'all gotta get out of here, man. You know you gotta be out here by 2, man. Lights on. Bro, y'all hit it, man. Y'all have a good time. You ain't gotta go home. You gotta leave here. And I should have walked away at that moment. But that Hennessy said, you gotta try, motherfucker. Talk shit. That's what the Hennessy whispered to me. And I said, if anybody want to see me, I'll be in the parking lot across the street. Then my big, dumb, light-skinned, pretty ass. I'm pretty. I'll see my adjectives. I'm going to be honest. I walk straight down the middle of the club, straight out the door.
Yeah, who here? What's up?
And I'm thinking like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm big time. Man, we get across that street. Them motherfuckers wanted to see me.
Oh, no.
Dudes from a bunch of country, though. It was dudes from, I found out later on after their arrest and all the stuff that happened. It was dudes from Ocala that came up, and they was like, oh, this dude think he hard. But shit, we about to see if you hard. Yeah. And they found out we was hard. Like, we commenced to whooping their fucking ass.
They commenced.
We commenced. That's a smart man word. So yeah, so we fought, and they it's crazy. I'm telling this story. I got a comedy show coming up.
Oh, fine.
At the Miami Improv.
You know, that's my family over there.
It is. Okay.
I worked there for like 10 years.
Really? So I'm gonna have
all the man. I'm gonna come see you.
Okay, man. Appreciate it. So I'm about to tell the story in more detail when I do that. Okay. But we went out there and whooped some ass. Like,
yes, sir.
I tell everybody I don't know the number, but I'm 75-3. I know the 3. The other motherfuckers know the 75 because right. they're still eating soup and shit out the side of their mouth. They still with the little Forrest Whitaker eye. Yeah. But
some shit don't heal back right. Okay.
But anyway, we whooped some ass. They brought horses in. And they had to run my big black ass down on a horse.
That's some Gainesville shit.
The Gainesville, they run you down on horses.
Orlando do you like that too?
They run you down on horses.
They bring you back to civil rights. Like, we gonna show you what's what.
Yeah, they did the, what was that, Samuel Jackson? Who's that up there on that damn nag? They ran my black ass down on a horse and then locked my ass up, Alachua County Jail. And the craziest thing, the next day, the preseason all SEC team came out. So I'm sitting in the cell. This like 2, 3 in the morning. Now by the time you get processed, 3, 4 in the morning. I'm sitting in Alachua County Jail. I doze off. It's a motherfucker in the middle of the room shitting because the toilet's in the middle of the room, bro. Yeah. So I'm sitting there looking at a crackhead take a shit. I'm sitting in the bed. I'm like, I do not. We just had Michael Vick on the show. So Vick was talking like, when you in jail, like you look in the mirror and be like, this shit ain't for me. When you
be here,
I'm not supposed to be watching a crackhead take a shit in the middle of the room. Yeah. And he's sitting there looking me in the eyes. Bitch, look somewhere else. Don't look at me while you shitting. Why you pick me to look at? So I'm sitting there, and it's like when
I'm gonna pick the biggest motherfucker in the room
and go shit staring at it.
Yeah.
What?
It's a wild move.
Look away, crackhead man. But I'm sitting there, man. I'm watching the crackhead shit in the middle of the room, and the next morning, the preseason All SEC team comes out, and everybody, the games was not that big, so everybody knows I'm locked up.
They know, yeah.
And all the prison guards are bringing the front page of the newspaper, because I'm the front page of the newspaper, sliding it under the door and having me sign it. Mm-hmm. Hey, sign this for my daughter. So I'm listening through a jail cell, sign this to Olivia. Be great, Channing Crowder. And I'm in jail.
Where these sandwiches at, man?
And that's like when I was like, man, this shit ain't for me, man. I ain't no dude that's made for jail. The life is bigger than this. So yeah, but yeah, they locked my ass up. Got charged 3 times. They locked me up twice in Gainesville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got locked up in Gainesville a couple times.
Yeah, that ain't no fun, man.
Because you be living like you live down here, and you realize that a lot of shit that's normal to us down here is frowned upon in other places. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the open containers, the weed smoke. I'm like, this regular shit. They're like, not here.
Yeah,
they rope your ass off in Gainesville. Yeah, they came and got me the next day one time.
Yeah, 6 in the morning, right?
Yeah. And I looked, they got me. They came to my dorm room door, knocked on the door, 2 police officers out there. And I looked down the hallway because I was like, shit, I'm 250, 3'6", 250. Damn, I'm like, shit, I'm going to break through this first little wall of people.
No lie to,
They ain't. Look down the hall. It's 3, 4 of them down the hall. I said, yeah, they going to get me down there.
And then right behind them is the dude that was shitting. Come on home, boy.
Y'all brought the crackhead with you? Come on, nigga. My stomach hurts still.
Yeah, no.
That's a memorable shit.
Yeah.
You know, you still remember. That dude's popular today. He was like, let me sign some papers, goddammit.
You
know what I mean? Like, shit, what about, I'm going to shout out Olivia.
Motherfucker been signing shit. Motherfucker been signing toilets.
Yeah. It's funny that you said, like, if I fight, I'm out of there. I'm banging and I'm out of there. I'm out. Come catch me. One time, we all went out at the club downtown Fort Lauderdale, not too far. I'm with my friend. He's a Marine. He's a Marine, ex-Marine. Just got out. We in there. We go to this club so often. We know security. A dude keep bugging me for some drugs. Hey man, you know where I can get some? Nah, bro, I don't got nothing, none of that. Why me? Okay, why me? Leave. He dancing. Come back. Hey man, any luck with that? I said, bro, I'm not actively looking for you. Like, so the shit progressed. It turns into a fight. Like, listen, man, you got to go somewhere. And he's like, what's the problem? I'm like, bro, you trying to get high? We ain't on that time. Go somewhere. Good. Now he got his friends. Now they mad at us. It's artificial beef. We get into a fight. We know security. Security say, y'all go out the back. They go out the front. But what happens when you get into a fight in the club? Y'all get kicked out at the same time. Mm. So a lot of times you end up fighting outside the club too. That's how I know that rule I was telling you about earlier. So we see them in the parking lot. They see us in the parking lot. Everybody running up on everybody. People coming out the woodworks. More friends than we even knew we had. Everybody getting blindsided. Broken nose. Orbital. Gone. That's how I know you're a bad man, because you know. But so
Hey, that orbital get a lot of
orbital
motherfuckers
bad.
locked
Once
up
that
now.
motherfucker turn like this and you get the Whitaker, that's how I
Get
know what
that
you said.
Forrest Whitaker.
So
That motherfucker panic. That panic room, man.
you squint? No, this is just how I look. But so everybody swinging. Now time to flee. We trying to go home tonight. I'm not staying in the drunk tank. You can't get me. We flee. We see police in the parking lot. We did park in that parking lot. He talking to police. Somebody ran up and broke my nose. I want to press charges. They said, who you gonna press charges on? They yoke one dude up. We gotta leave. So now it's a problem. We come back to the car. We're not gonna let one homie go down. We're gonna figure it out, especially the innocent homie. I pulled the biggest stunt ever, and it worked. And statute of limitations does apply. So the police come and they say, okay, this man is injured. This is the man who did it. He identifies the man who he thinks did it. And I come up and I'm like, they're like, what's your involvement in all of this? I said, these are all my friends. What happened here? All of a sudden.
With that voice?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Officer, what is going on here? Why is he in cuffs? I need to know. And so, no, but Pete, because my dog will call me when he hears this. So he left. He go put on a hoodie and come back like, just like me. What happened here? And he the main one. Leaning. So I start making a scene. He say, that's the guy who did it. I go, no, that's not fair. He wasn't here. Clearly, he would have recognized, the way it happened, wasn't able to clearly identify that it was him. He said, it looks like him. There was a lot of people. I don't exactly know what happened. So
And blacks look alike.
I stood up and I tell the cop, I say, sir, he is a Marine. He would never. Of all the people you could accuse here, you're going to accuse a Marine, a hero? And sure enough, they're like, no, that's not what we meant. No. I'm like,
you get away with it with that.
Leave, nigga, leave. So just off that, I turned into, what's going on here? Yeah. He's a hero. Yeah. Everybody went home that night. No charges. There you go.
I will say,
genius.
To this day, they roast me for that.
That light skin help you.
100%. You gotta switch it up. You
careful.
can't be like, fuck that, what's happening? What the fuck? Who the? No, y'all can't do that. You can't always do that.
Yeah.
You can't always do that. It's just kind of go into like a little more serious note. That shit be happening. A lot of times you get pulled over, and maybe you're not guilty yet, but you criminalize yourself off of what the fuck? Why you gotta pull me up? No, I ain't getting out. No, I ain't got my license. And you kind of amp it up, turn it up, and turn it into something that it's not. Where if you just played it cool, calm, everything's good. We just trying to go home.
Catch that day.
100, bro. And I know I played ball and people knew my name, but bro, I done got out of so many arrests just being nice.
Being cool.
Just being cool.
Hey, what's going on?
Bro, hey, listen, my kids laugh to this day. Let the police drive behind me. I roll all my windows down, turn the music.
Come on.
Turn the music down, roll my windows down. And wave at the motherfucker. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Good officer?
Yeah, nothing to be afraid. Hey.
No threat. I'm no threat with my
professionals.
big ass. I'm no threat. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because you're a professional.
That tough shit.
I don't do the professional shit.
Yeah, that tough shit. That tough shit gets you. That tough shit gets you locked up, bro.
Yeah, it does.
G. Especially if you were allegedly wrong or in the wrong, and now you just causing more attention to yourself. Why would you do that? Why not play the, hey, what's going on? Sure, nothing to see here.
I feel
How
like we
can I
didn't
help
even
ya?
start the fucking show yet.
What y'all got?
You know what I mean? What I
y'all
got.
I talk all goddamn day now. I waste up your time.
Yeah, this is what we do, goddamn it. But let's take a shot real quick.
Oh man,
Salute. I know your
Yes, sir.
birthday's coming
Appreciate
up.
y'all. Yeah, thank you, man. December 2nd.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? A little bit early, a couple days early, but I figured we take a shot for that. The big 4-0.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. I'm 38, so I feel it.
That shit there.
I'm 38. I
Knees
feel like
and
I'm
ankles.
68
It's
with
bad
all
off.
the injuries, but I mean, you're probably in a lot better shape. Well, actually, I don't know, because you did the whole football thing. So how you feeling these days?
Bro, I'm good. I feel good. Like I tell people I can't play no motherfucking full court basketball game or nothing like that, but I can live. I can whoop. I still got some ass whoopings left in me. I can whoop. But I had 17 knee surgeries.
Ooh,
I had both my thumbs repaired or reconstructed. Double. I got 2 screws in both my feet. What's that shit called? Liz Franks. So football fucks you up.
Yeah.
But I can still function. Like, you know, some of them, you see them old motherfuckers walk around, you know.
Yeah. I was going to say.
You get upstairs and I'm good.
Sometimes you could tell, especially, you know, we've had a couple of basketball players up here too. And sometimes a lot of those guys are tall guys. And those injuries, especially on tall people in general, like they kind of get out the chair like a little bit of that. You know, you can kind of see it in them, but you looking good.
Yeah,
man.
man.
You know
I
what
think it's probably close to 30. I probably had 30 surgery, double hernia. I got, you know, cuts where they had to repair the hernia, mesh my whatever, the abdomen muscles and all the bullshit hernia is. So, yeah, man, I had a bunch of surgeries, but, man, I'm good. I still got a, you know, hell of a stroke and all, as my wife could attest to. So, yeah that's all I need to do physically.
Amen.
It really is all you need to do.
Yeah, right.
A little bit of life, you know.
Listen, there's some people with back issues, and you know you get them screws in your back, and you just can't move the same. Okay?
Can't go
So,
it, yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what happened was when I started tearing up some ass, it was on a waterbed.
Pause.
Y'all remember waterbeds?
I do.
I ain't want to say. Started having sexual relations with women. There y'all go. Because it sounds crazy.
I'm tearing up some ass. I'm like, God damn, chill out.
I was trying to pull back the nasty words. Yeah. So, but I started in like, what's that? Middle school. I had a waterbed. And it's hard to fuck on the waterbed.
Hell yeah.
Because you got to roll with the waves. Yeah. So if you ain't got enough dick, you can't really fuck on the waterbed. So
right.
if you got to figure it out.
All the weight in your knees, so you got to kind of.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like that's why God always has me, because He knew that you're gonna have a bunch of knee injuries and foot injuries, and you're gonna be ailed through football. So I'm gonna have you start having sex on a waterbed,
so that swim upstream,
so that you know the leverage angles of what to have. And I swear to goodness, like it was so hard to have sex on the waterbed, and I'm like, okay, why would you do this to me? Why my mom giving me a leftover waterbed that they had a waterbed. They got a nicer waterbed. The old waterbed ended up in my room, and then I ended up fucking on that waterbed. But now through life and through these 3 kids, I found out that this waterbed was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, so you got a waterbed right now? There we go.
I'm gonna pause for that.
I mean, you right.
You got a waterbed right now?
There's a lot of people.
No, man, we got one of them motherfucking Sealy Posturepedic. What's that bed? You ever seen the black mattresses with the blue little stuff on it? Those little double pillow top foam.
Nah, I ain't
Sleep good.
Boy,
Sleep
man,
good.
that shit about 10 racks.
Sleep good.
Boy, you sleep good, but you can get after it on them beds.
There you go.
You
Said
can
I
get
learned
after
on the
it
water
them
bed.
beds.
You don't know if half of America is like, I know exactly what he talking about.
That
Half of
water
America
bed-
ain't got those
100%.
goddamn beds. Quit lying.
Had.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the water bed. Water beds was
yeah,
big back. What happened to water beds?
People poke
Too
too many
messy?
holes in them.
Too messy.
Oh,
Technology. Technology.
My sister
problem.
was one of them people. I don't know what you like. You ever you ever look back at your childhood and you think of some shit that was normal in your childhood, but it was really kind of crazy.
Drinking
My
out the
sister
hose.
used to catch ass whoopings like a motherfucker. My older sister, because she kept poking holes in my mom's waterbed.
No.
But what?
You got it.
Yeah, it's
you
like
going to
what
boot
was
camp.
she thinking though? Like now I'm concerned now because it's I don't know how she did it. Now I'm gonna call her right after the show now because I'm gonna ask her like why did you do this? You know what I mean? Like
Curiosity.
mom had a reason to whoop that ass.
What's in
You know
there?
what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because the ass whippers used to be different back then in the 80s. It was different than they are in the
They hit you with the
belt,
iron cord.
chancleta, the iron cord. I
Chancleta.
didn't want to say the iron cord because I didn't want to do my mom like that, but my mom used the iron cord.
Why,
We used to have
why
to
is
knee.
the fucking iron cord so long? If you look at a lamp cord,
Reach.
it's decent. It's 3, 4 feet. Iron cord be 12 feet. And where the fuck is you ironing from? The garage?
They were made for Shaq earlier.
Made for some ass whooping. Yeah, we got hit by the ironing cord. That's dead. I'm scared of irons to this day. We got steamers at my house. I see an iron bitch high, I start shaking.
To this day, I ain't rocking with the irons.
Now, my mom was, she's old school Puerto Rican. Have to kneel on rice with hot peppers on your mouth.
Oh, man. With hot peppers.
Yeah, with hot peppers.
Psychological.
And getting hit with the belt.
No.
So, yo, you ain't never hear that? No kneeling on rice?
I see why you want to fight Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
You talk,
Yeah.
What did he just say his punishment was?
Kneeling on rice.
That's some Haitian
and
shit.
right out the bag.
That's what
Not-
Haitians do.
not
What
cooked.
I'm gonna call my mom live.
Dry
No,
rice
don't,
on the
don't.
ground.
Yeah.
You put your knees on there and kneel on it.
Yeah.
put hot peppers in your mouth,
Yeah.
and then whoop your ass,
Yeah.
bet you put me in Rikers.
You might, I mean,
Put me in prison. What? That was punishment?
Yeah, that was punishment.
in mom's defense, I'm
What did
hearing
you
what
do?
you're telling me though. You said she was putting holes in the waterbed. Like you come home and you got water.
Me and her were me
You
and my
know
sister
how-
were in competition with that. We used to always have to sit. You know what it
You
was
might have
though? You
earned
know
it.
what happened? Eventually we ain't give a fuck.
Tough.
We were sitting there.
After rice torture,
I'll
I'm
get the
sure
rice
you
for
know
you. I'll get the Uncle Ben's for you.
with the hot peppers.
Hate to see if you got a C.
Yeah,
Motherfucker,
give a
you get
shit.
waterboarded.
Yeah.
Y'all was getting waterboarded? Ay, ay,
Yeah, might as well
ay,
had to,
C.
yeah.
Made you tough.
But
Gave you
you
resilience.
are a fucking guy.
Gave you resilience.
He's one of ours. You know. Oh man. Anyways,
Do you like rice to this day, or are you like traumatized?
I love rice.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't like kneeling on it.
I know how to cook it, goddamn. All right.
I'm gonna be racist.
Mr.
but
Crowder, man.
Hispanics like rice. My wife's Cuban. I can say it. My wife's Cuban. I can say it. Yeah,
Nah,
they
we
eat some
definitely
goddamn
do.
rice.
There's no lie about that, goddamn it. Rice with everything, goddamn it. No matter what it is. Channing Crowder, man. Pleasure to have you on the show. I feel like, like I said, I feel like we ain't start the show. The way we usually start the show is we let people know what we do for interviews. Exactly what we just did, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own lane. You know what I mean? Congratulations. You know what I mean? Round of applause for everybody that has their own fucking lane. My lane, Kato's lane.
Hey,
We're like individuals that, you know, we're just grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this. If we're at a club, you walk down and we get an opportunity to meet you. Oh, yo, this is my boy Channing. Channing, this is Kato. This is Danza. What's good? And I'm like, oh, yo, Channing, let me buy you a drink. You know what I mean? And we start drinking. You know, at the end, we're going to fight in the parking lot. But early on, we're early on. And, you know what I mean? I'm saying. But, you know, we're early on in the night, and we have a conversation. And this is the conversation.
Yeah.
So the people get to hear it organically. I didn't sit and run on Google, like, let me do every little bit of research on him, figure out exactly what he did, exactly what he's got problems for. And then I'm going to have this crazy conversation and
tonight
talk
on
about
60
break.
Minutes.
Yeah, nah, fuck all that.
Just
You know what I
chop
mean?
it up,
Yeah,
bro.
I want people to really get that organic conversation as if they were in the fucking room with you. And that's why we do this shit live, so that people can see it. And make sure, by the way, if you're watching, you hit that like and subscribe button, you son of a bitch. Because if your girl does first, I'm telling you, it's a problem.
There you go. Support, subscribe, like, all that shit. I don't even look into the camera, but yeah, support the dude, bro. I really, y'all do good stuff, man. I checked out a lot of y'all stuff. And
appreciate
being in the podcast space, like, that's the part that I love personally about it, is hearing other people's perspectives on life.
yes.
And that's the thing. Like,
Word.
you know what I'm saying? Just
Word.
anywhere, like talking to people, or just from, you know, before the show, we were talking about interviewing Caitlen Jenner, to Shaq, to Kevin Hart, to The Rock, to
Vic.
Vic. To
How
just,
did the interview with him go,
Who's that?
Caitlin?
She.
See this guy. He ain't
First
shit.
of all,
It's she. Get your pronouns right.
Okay,
First of
okay.
all.
It's she.
Okay.
But it's just, it's so cool.
No, you can go back to what you were saying.
No, I'm saying, but no,
Yeah, no,
bro,
you can.
Okay,
it's so cool to even with Caitlen, like, to even talk to somebody and you know the story through the media. Like, you understand what's going on, you know, the whole keeping up with the Kardashians, all the bullshit, the untalented people that are stupid rich. I don't understand it. But, like, even just seeing, like, knowing what they went through and then talking to them about real life stuff. So you to say that, like, that's what we do on the Pivot. Like, we do research, all of us, you know, do our research and have, you know,
course.
questions and see
Due
stuff.
diligence,
You do your due diligence, but really, like, to sit down and just talk to another human being, and we call it like the, it's known now we have 200 episodes, whatever, but it's every single, and I've said this before, but every single episode, you see the exhale sit back moment, where whenever you walk in, like y'all, when I walked into this room, you got the cameras up, you got the mics up, like, people get tight because they're like, oh, this is a production.
yeah. Oh, we on. Oh.
And they tighten up, like they sit straight and they fix
lying.
their
Big ass motherfucker.
lying.
Hold on.
yeah, they fix their
Yeah,
shirt and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you start talking and, like, you know, but 10 minutes, 15 minutes in, then they like, and everybody takes that deep breath and then
so
just
real.
chills like, oh, it's just the boys bullshit.
It's not any interview though.
Bro, we ain't trying to get you.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to manipulate. We ain't trying to get none of that. Bro, we really just want to talk with you and see how you think about life and we do the research just to have topics that you can speak to the people. Like speak to all this shit, all this podcast shit and all this. It's called the new age media because you can control your own shit. Y'all know y'all own all this stuff and all. It's that people want, and it's funny. I gave Jake Paul hell when we interviewed him one time because I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you good at? Like, you're an influencer, you're a millionaire, but what the fuck are you good at?
Right.
Like, what are you?
Like, motherfucker.
That's a good question, though.
People used to to be famous, you have to be exceptional.
Run, jump, fucking fight. You got to be able to do something.
And he whoops janitors' asses and makes money. But it took me some time to figure out like influencers and content and things like that. Like, that's what the new thing is. So people really care about your voice. Like, they care about an opinion and how you think about this. You ask a question, everybody already. So I know y'all got questions to ask. So when you ask me a question coming up here in the next couple minutes, automatically the person watching or listening has their answer. And then you either co-sign their thought or you contradict their thought. And that's what media is. That's why every ESPN show has 4 or 5 dudes on it. Because it's debate-driven. Right. It's called debate-driven media. Right.
There you
go. Once you understand that, and that's why I think the Pivot's so successful, because Ryan Clark is a fucking monster at media. He's smart as hell. Freddie T is loved by everybody in the world. And he gives people their flowers, and he's just like that uncle that's going to say, he'll be sitting there and just say some real deep shit, and you be like, damn, Fred, the fuck that come from? And then I'm gonna say some wild shit and argue, and I like to debate stuff. But that's the thing about this platform that I love is that like people want to give their opinion, but they just wait for the right moment. And if you say something they agree with, then they jump on
That's their time.
Yeah, bro, Chris said this and that. So now they got a dude that's fucking with them.
Right.
But if you say something they're against, then they're going to dog cuss you and talk bad to you. And it's the reason why I always say it's my superpower. I don't, like, it's easy to say, I don't care at all
I don't give
about anybody's opinion of me.
Tough.
Like, I honestly, it just, like, people will ask me and then people be going on social media and people be talking. And even if it's famous people say something bad or people question me, I've been on multiple like national shows, and the person, the interviewer will push back on me, and I'll say to them like, "That's cool, but I don't care that you think that. You kiss my fucking ass. Like, who are you to criticize my opinion, my thought?" And that's where I think that that's why this platform that you have, and like I said again, I appreciate y'all having me on, but that's why I think this platform and this media outlet is so revolutionary with the podcast because of the fact that people want somebody to agree with or to argue with. And either way, fuck you or you're a genius, they have somebody that has their back or they have a villain. You need you need a superhero or a villain. Whatever I am for you, I'll be that for you. Because some people are like, Crowder, you say everything the fuck I want to say. Okay. Yeah. Crowder, man, you dumb as hell. Okay. But your ass is watching. So you kiss my ass. Like, I don't care. Because I know what I am for this platform, and I know the voice I have for this platform. And I know, and I'm just saying, I'm not telling y'all that y'all know, but y'all's voice for the platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
It's real.
Y'all argue a lot. And there's people that say you an asshole, people that say you an asshole, and they go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But it's just great. It's great content. And I'm starting to learn. I'm still learning what content is right now. But I'm learning what content is. People just want a motherfucker to talk to. They want to be a fly on the wall shit. Like, oh, these boys sitting around in the room talking, chopping it up, locker room, whatever you want to call it. They want to be a fly on the wall watching a grown man conversation. Watching, I always call it lions. And just sitting down with y'all now, like, y'all are lions. Like, in y'all's lives, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a territory. You have a realm. You have businesses. You have your family. Like, you are the man in yours. You're the man in your realm.
They say the main character. You the main character in your story, right?
Three main characters. And we can sit down and we can agree, disagree, argue, debate, but we ain't gonna fight. I don't give. There's nothing that there's nothing that y'all can say to make me get emotional enough to fight. Right. And that's the part to see. Really, 3 men of color that are successful, set in life, got bread, run stuff, own stuff, and we could sit down and agree and disagree and just chill, and just bullshit, have a good time. I think a lot of people are surprised by that.
Absolutely.
You said a good point. You said a good point. A lot of people might have these thoughts, but they don't have the platform to speak on it or the ability or the courage to speak on it. So when they see stuff like this, people like you, people like us speak on it, it gives them something to latch on to say, okay, I'm a little bit validated. It's like confirmation that I'm not wrong here. Because I heard Channing say, I heard Danza on that podcast, they were talking about, and that's how I feel. So, and it also gives them something to bring back to the water cooler when you go to work. You heard about the UFC fight. You heard about the argument with Skip. You heard about what that. So it is something for them to tie on to and add to their own lifestyle and their own perspective. So you're right. It's very interesting.
And there's a lot of professional meat eaters out there. There really is. So like amongst every crowd, you got the people that really genuinely fuck with you and are there to have a good conversation. And then you got the meat eaters. You know what I mean? And they're just professionals. You know what I mean? And they sit there and they got their shit to say. I love them.
The meat eaters?
Yeah. No, pause. But nah, but listen. But those are my favorite types of haters. Like when they, because you're literally hopping on this platform. You have to go to your social media or your YouTube channel or wherever the fuck you go to get this content, and you have to type in there all the reasons you hate me. Like, you're going crazy, like, this motherfucking, you know what I mean, this son of a bitch, and you're going crazy, and I'm like, you got to be like the illest motherfucker on planet Earth. Right. To hop on there and waste your whole day talking to me like that. So you know what I mean? I love you. I'm gonna hop on here. I'm gonna say you're right. You know what I mean? Like you're absolutely right. I should take your advice more often. How's life going for you, by the way? You know what I mean? Because if you're really sitting online hating on a motherfucker, typing comments, I never hopped in somebody's like comments or DMs or on like a viral thing story, be like, yeah, I hate that son of a bitch. If I ever seen him, come on, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's not like if you're reading through the comments, like, you know what, you meet me across the fucking parking lot.
I had to stop that. I honestly, and my wife, she talked me out of it, but I did it for years because I don't want my whole thing is not to give somebody a platform. Like John 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, R16 in his mom's basement says something that gets to me on social media. And I would DM him, and I'm like, hey, bro, we're in South Florida. I live on Flamingo and Griffin. Like, I live in that area. I live in the ranches. And I would be like, bro, meet me at the Walmart on Flamingo and Griffin because I need to hear this face to face.
Tell me how you really feel.
I used to DM people all the time. When they would say, not just, oh, well,
man, I actually love you, man. You're my friend.
No, but even like they'll say some shit like, I know Ryan Tannehill with the Dolphins back in the day. Anyway, like I would say like a sports take, and they would argue that shit doesn't upset me. But then I would say something, and then they'd be disrespectful. Yeah. Like, yeah, yo dumb bitch ass, you so stupid, motherfucker, I whoop your ass. You whoop my ass? Man. And I would DM them, bro, meet me at Flamingo and Griffin Walmart. We need to handle this. We need to handle this like men. Like,
that's how you feel?
This has gone too far, and we need to talk face to face. And I stopped it I started coaching football. And I started coaching football in university school. I was defensive coordinator. We won the state championship in 2021, I think, age 2020, 2021. And my players started following me. And that's what made it click. I'm like, listen, they can't see a role model that they're looking up to. Be like, bro, meet me.
Come find me. What's up?
You want to fade? What you want to do? You want to fade? And I was like, so that's what made me stop doing it. And my wife started, she was like, you can't test people. Like, that's not the way to do it. Yeah. But that's the thing that people do. And I saw it once I got into media, once I retired and got into media, where I had a couple radio partners and we would both be tagged on the Twitter at the time, the Twitter post. And we'd do a show and we'd have 400 or 500. Great show. Hey, great interview. Great question here with, Javon Holland or whatever. Like they would have these it would be 1,000, and it would be one dude would be like, "This is the worst goddamn radio show I've ever fucking heard in my life." And I would sit and watch at my house, and my partner is at his house. We not even talking, and I would see him respond to the one, and I'm like, why are humans programmed to always grab the negative?
Find the negative.
Why you always grab the negative? It's 400 damn tweets about how great the show was. One asshole is going to tell you you're terrible, and that's the dude you want to talk to. But you're ignoring the 400 the other positivity.
The supporters.
And people attached to it. And it's something else I always say all the time. Like, it's so easy to be mad. Like, anger is an easy emotion. Anger is the easiest emotion because now you can just be mad. Like, you can be mad, you can be pissed, you can cuss people out, you can look at the ground, you can be all tough. It actually takes effort to be pleasant, to be nice, to be friendly, to engage with people, to wave at people when you're at Walmart thing. When I go to pub, my wife won't go to Publix with me anymore because I talk to every motherfucker in the Publix. I talk to the deli person. I talk to the bakery guy.
Hey,
I talk to Josh that cuts my goddamn filet mignon. I talk to everybody, the watermelon lady. I talk to everybody at the fucking Publix. Because is it for me? No. Am I in there 45 minutes longer than I should be? Probably. But I know for a fact that this shit makes their day.
Absolutely.
This shit encourages them. This shit, if they're in a bad place, and I don't know what Lydia's husband's like. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they fought the night before, but if they did, and I walk up to her and talk with her, hey, how you doing? Oh, look at the shrimp. The shrimp's beautiful. Oh, y'all ain't peel it today. Whatever the conversation is. Simple shit might turn their day around. And I do it every single time I'm at any Publixes, but I have my Publix on Flamingo and Sterling that my wife would never go
so we
to.
ain't that far.
We right here?
Yeah.
That's what y'all say. You say you in the project, bitch. This ain't the project.
Hell nah.
You want to see the project? Let me take you to Atlanta. I'll show you the project.
I'm from Buffalo, New York. I know what it's like.
I'll show you Columbia Drive if you want to see it. Yeah,
I know it. I know what it's like.
I don't even go over there no more.
Yeah, I know what it's like. I'm saying like, so this room is it, but of course, like I think one thing I'll say though about when you move to South Florida, I'm gonna give advice for the people that don't understand this. When you move to South Florida, just because you think it's a nice area doesn't mean it's a nice area, because it might be a nice area the way it looked like from where you're from. Because in Buffalo, the hood got some knockdown cribs. There's 6 houses on the block. Out here, they got all the houses. But don't sit there and think you're comfortable, because at nighttime, when you hear all the fucking dirt bikes start revving up and the guns shooting, yeah, you moved them. I told my boy right away when he moved there, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to this part of I'm moving to Sunrise, beautiful area. And I'm like, my boy told me that was the hood. Because I moved out here the same time he did. I was like, they told me that was the hood. He was like, no, not this area. You should see the houses. Mm-hmm. And I had rolled down to scoop him up. I'm like, wait till tonight. You know what I mean? And he left to Buffalo Florida for 2 days. He came back. He had nothing in his crib. You got a half a mile range from the hood, from the trailer park to $3-4 million houses.
Facts. Literally.
That's what it is.
When they say cross them train tracks, it's like you go east of 95 and it's completely different. Or even this, like 441 goes all the way up to, I don't know how far, past West Palm, goes all the way down south, damn near to Key West. 441 is a different street. Each stop you go to, it's the same street, but there's usually half a mile up the way. It's a completely different neighborhood, completely different demographic, completely different crime rate.
Tootsie's is right there though.
You know about 441. 440. He said, you know what?
He ain't even ready to hit the button. He said, what did he say, Tootsies?
Yeah, shout out to Tootsies.
That's my spot. Yeah, y'all remember when Tootsies was little?
I'll tell people that, back before it became that was a Publix,
before
as a matter of fact.
A Costco.
Oh, no.
It was a Costco or something like that.
It was.
Don't tell me Tootsie's was a Publix.
Tootsies wasn't a Publix. Tootsies was like a Costco's.
Okay.
And that's what the crazy thing. Tootsie's used to be a regular little normal
strip now it's club. Like a Costco.
And they were like, we moving up there. What's that? What road is that? Miami Gardens?
Yeah, 183rd.
They were like, Miami Gardens, 183rd. And I was like, that big ass building? They were like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The big building? Yeah. Because it used to be normal. And then I knew everybody in there. Right now, I walk into Tesla. It's crazy.
It's an amusement
Everybody laughs because I know every security guard. I know everybody at the door. I know everything.
So you know Danny and Derek?
Hello. Maybe.
All of them. You know the Russians? You got to know the Russians.
There you go. It's another level. Hold on.
I think I went too deep.
I don't know any.
You got to know the Russians.
But yeah, used to be a Costco.
Yeah.
And it's still a Costco.
It's a pole from the ceiling to the floor.
That's what I'm saying. It's still a Costco.
Yeah. And then the
It's
girls,
just a different type of Costco.
that's when they see the board back there in the upstairs. They see a big board, and they're like, "What's the board?" I'm like, "That's all the girls in there." They're like, "It's like 100 of them up there." It be having 100 strippers and touches on the weekend.
It's like Mortal Kombat. It chooses the next opponent. That's in yellow. Here they go. Next opponent, come into the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Candy.
And if they get seniority, they don't have to go on the main stage.
They just stay
they go upstairs.
They can go. They can stay wherever they want. And then the ones in green, I ain't gonna get y'all.
Hey, Tootsies, I need this promo money. Tootsies,
I ain't gonna get y'all all the colors, but yeah. And all of them ain't going on stage.
Shout out to the people over there. But Mr. Crowder, we still ain't get to it. Yo, how did this shit all begin for you to become the man you are today? And I'm telling you, take me back to, what was it like with mom, dad? What was your upbringing like to make the man that you are today?
Ooh, I think it's kind of wild. Like I always say, God has a sense of humor because of all the foolishness I went through growing up and what kind of made me, because everybody sees me now and it's like, this dude is wild. Like he just says whatever. Like you say whatever the hell you want to. You're wild. But it's kind of like I got taught this through life, and the pivotal point. We always ask what the biggest pivot is. A pivot in life, and my wife calls it the villain story. Y'all know what that is? Like the story that created the Joker, the story that created the Penguin, and the thing that made me the way I am now, like honestly, genuinely not to give a fuck about what anybody thinks and like talk, and then they're like, "Oh, you said this, bitch, you were listening." You know what I'm saying? Like really to feel that way, like.
Yeah, mean it.
I don't know what you said last night, but you're concerned with what I said last night. Like that thought was one of the times I was in was it? Actually, we talked about the arrest story. And I ended up breaking a dude's jaw and I
knocked him unconscious.
Poor guy.
Gone.
It's so funny when you just say stuff so natural. But I broke the dude's jaw, knocked him unconscious. He had to wire his jaw up, but then I picked him up and put him in
to the wire.
I picked him up and put him in a trash can and closed it.
Like a Ninja Turtle or something, like a real.
And as a 40-year-old to tell the story, like it kind of like I kind of look at the ground and shake my head, but at the time it's like damn. So I had knocked the dude out. He was actually about to hit OJ Small, who was the receiver on the team. I saw him run across the parking lot. And I saw the intersection point. And
picked him
like,
up. He was on the field, X's and O's.
We just had Steven Jackson up here. Now you pulled the Steven Jackson. I like that.
I'm going to catch him.
You know what I mean? You see that? He's defending his teammate.
There you go.
OJ Small, here comes Channing Crowder in the building right here. You know what I mean?
Juice. OJ know the story. Yeah. I talked to OJ about it. But anyway, so they do that. So
if it was the other Joe, OJ, he would have,
Stop that.
I actually got an OJ Simpson story.
Okay, but go with that. Then we're gonna get to the OJ
Simpson.
We ain't leaving the OJ Simpson.
Yeah, we write that down. Make notes.
So anyway, long story. So I get in trouble and I'm back out, going to class, and like I'm not bragging, but like I'm a good student. Like I was in National Legion of Scholar, National Legion of Honor in high school. Hey. I went to a math and science magnet school in high school, North Springs, where Usher and Raven Simone and all them went. Like, school wasn't hard for me, so I'm an educated person.
Yeah.
And so I get locked up one of them times. It might have been the first or second time. So I don't know if it's a story I told you earlier, but one of those times I got locked up, and I get out, and they have something called the Alligator, which is the campus, the student newspaper.
Yeah. Okay.
So I read that, and then I read the Orlando Sentinel. And I don't even read the paper, but I just got locked up as an All-American. I'm like, I know they're talking about it, so I want to. This is actually when I used to care about people's thoughts of me. So I would read newspapers. So I read The Alligator. They just told the story. And it was actually Jeff Darlington, who's NFL now. That's my ace. That's my homeboy.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I went to his wedding. He came to my wedding and stuff. So he was kind of, he kind of, whenever I got in trouble in Gainesville, he was my ace. So he would kind of write a nice story about me. But I read the Orlando Sentinel, and this is the villain story. So I'm reading them, and they're telling the story. You know, Channing Crowder gets arrested on Saturday night for, you know, whatever, disturbing the peace and a battery, whatever, assault battery, whatever it was. They were like, they should lock him in a cage and let him out on Saturdays to play.
Damn.
And
First of all.
and that was like the in line.
Yeah.
And I was like, these people are painting me as like a monster.
Literally like an animal.
Like an animal. Yeah. And that's where my mind of caring about other people's thoughts of me really changed. So that's my wife. She always called it like the villain story. That's where I sat back, and I remember I was at 95. It's called the Springs. It's still the athlete stay there to this day in Gainesville. And I remember sitting back on my bed, and I'm like, oh, these grown people, these educated, successful, opinionated, respected people are trying to paint me like an animal. Y'all want an animal? Yeah. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Yeah. Watch this.
And that's where it turned.
Watch this.
But so that's kind of what set that up and what set up what people know. But yeah, man, growing up, grew up in Tampa. My dad played ball. Okay. So my dad got drafted for the Dolphins. Actually, me and my father both got drafted to the Dolphins.
Tough.
And he got drafted.
Was that intentional for you? Was that like?
No, man. I thought I was gonna get drafted to the Mel Kiper's lying ass told me I was gonna get drafted number 20 to the Packers or number 32 to the Patriots. So I was going first round.
Right.
And that's why I got.
What year was it that you were drafted?
This is 05.
Okay, so you would have had some good teams over there.
Yeah, so the Patriots, that's why the Patriots had 32nd pick because they just won the Super Bowl 04, and I was 05 draft. So then they had a 32nd pick. Neighbor had many backers. So I was, like I said, it was me, Lofa Tupu, Odell Thurman, DeMarcus Ware. Like we had a hell of a little linebacking crew coming out that year. All of us are All-Americans. So I was supposed to go first round, but then all the arrests that we've talked about, we talked about through this interview, and then all my knee injuries and stuff. So that's why I dropped to the third round and then got drafted to the Dolphins, but it wasn't intentional. Yeah. Nick Saban just got the Dolphins job. He was at LSU in 04 and they won a national championship, but they were 12-1. We went up there, the Gators went up there in 04 to Death Valley at night and wore their ass out. And I balled out. I had like 16 tackles, a sack. Hey. I was tearing their ass up. So then he even told me after they drafted me, he told me, he was like, I drafted you because of the game that you played in Death Valley that year. And then so me and my dad got drafted. Me and my dad got drafted to the Dolphins. But yeah, my dad played ball. Had a good life till I was like 9. Mom and dad got divorced. Living a good life. Me too. Then when they got divorced, we moved to Atlanta.
9 years old, I was just old enough to kind of know what was going on.
And then,
enough for it to affect me.
Then dad ain't around no more.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you start figuring shit out on your own the hard way.
And that's what happened. Mom did a great job. She's from Detroit, so she got a little edge to her. So I actually get my like edge and I'll fight.
Street
like
smarts.
My ass whooping. My ass whooping gene from my mom. And so she got a little edge. And yeah, man, just it's really the story, you know. You got to grow up. You got to figure it out your own. Got to figure it out yourself. Yeah. Had 2 older sisters. They helped me out a lot. You know, they whooped my ass enough for let me know. You know, they love me, but don't tighten up.
Yeah.
But it would be really. I would say the what made you. I would say kind of high school and college, and just like the doubt and the injuries. Really, like having knee injury after knee injury, and people kind of giving up on you. And after I tore my ACL the second time, my sophomore year, so my freshman summer I tore my ACL, and then I tore my ACL again, my other ACL later, like right when the camp started, whatever. So I had 2 ACL tears, and a doctor told me, I remember his name too, I won't call him out, but a doctor told me, he was like, yeah, football's not for him. Stop it. Told my mom that. And I told my mom at that point, I was like, I don't want to see him anymore. I don't want to talk to him anymore,
You gonna learn today.
She was like, why? I was like, because he doesn't believe in my vision. Like, I'm going to the NFL. And this is ninth grade. What's that? 14, 15 years old.
Yep.
How long are you down each injury?
It's funny because the first time it was like 8 months. The next time I tore it was like 6 months. Next time I tore it was like 4 months. Like, I almost figured out how to rehab an ACL myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So every time I tore it, I just went. And then when I tore my ACL, my last game of my senior season, I already had a full ride to Florida. And I tore my ACL the last game of my senior season. And then people thought that they were going to pull the scholarship. But Charlie Strong was there, and Ron Zook was at Florida.
Hell it down. And
they said, no, you good. They were like, just rehab it, come back, you'll be good. We're gonna move your scholarship from 02 to 03, so we can bring in another freshman this year because you can't play this season because the time frame didn't work out. And I got to move to Gainesville. They got me an apartment. I got a job at Main Street Chevrolet cleaning cars. It was all nah, it's like statute of limitations. Like, this shit wasn't legal, whatever. But yeah, I actually worked at Hooters. I was a cook at Hooters too, and I cleaned cars at Main Street Chevrolet. Hell, I made more money then than I do now.
Yeah, you can make some money.
But no, I had jobs up there in Gainesville, and just went up there and was like really a patron of Gainesville for like 5 months, and then I enrolled in winter. But yeah, so like to answer your question, what the main things that created me probably was the injuries, the doubt of others that didn't think I could be what I was, and then that newspaper article in the Orlando Sentinel that called me an animal, and I said, you know what? If y'all want that, y'all got that.
Watch this.
Yeah, that was the end.
And then Channing Crowder was here, and he graduated from Hooters to Tootsie's.
I got fired from Hooters.
A blessing. It was a blessing.
I got fired from Hooters because I was the prep guy. You know the guys that do the prep?
Yeah,
chop up the chicken, chop up
the chicken. But that's the early morning prep. The prep guy is the plate. So if you got like a 10 piece, you just get a plate and put a red the little toothpick with the red shit on it, and that's hot. The blue is you just put the toothpick on the plate, and then you put it up by the fryer and put it up by the grill, and they run it. So I was the prep guy, and it was a busy day, and the manager kept yelling prep, 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 and he said, "God damn it, prep!" and he cussed at me. And I took off, and this is 12:30 in the afternoon. This is packed, motherfuckers outside. I took my Hooters hat off and I threw it in the chicken grease. And it melted into the chicken grease. And if that happened, now you got to drain the whole pot. So now there's no grease in Hooters no more. So I shut down Hooters for like 2 hours because he kept yelling prep. And then I got fired and I left. I got on my scooter and rode away. All I got the Hooters job was because it was the girls in there and I was young.
A little bit of cash. You know, all for that.
Yeah. And you ain't even get no tips. So I see these girls getting $500-$600 in tips. I'm sitting back there putting motherfucking toothpicks on plates. I said, man, you kiss my ass. I'm out of here.
I love how you could be so comfortable in front of your wife. I'll be nervous as a bitch.
Really?
Yeah. My girl's Colombian and Venezuelan. You know what I mean? Like I just don't trust her.
I don't know how to respond to this. So I'm gonna just elevate my wife.
There you go.
Because I'm not speaking on your wife. No, man, you gotta get you. My wife knows exactly who I am, who she married. Like she knows. Like that's not a story I've told or anything I say that she hasn't heard already. Yeah. She sits there with the boys. We out on the back porch drinking, smoking, whatever. She's right there with us. Like I married me a G. Like it's not that sit up in the house and she's going to bed at 9 o'clock and she has to wake up. No, I married it.
I'll give my girl her props. So she's 7 months pregnant. You know what I mean? I got a baby girl on the way, so I can't get that, man. But I mean,
that's what
she's got the jealous tactics in her. You know what I mean? She's got the habits. You know, we're watching like Parent Trap or some shit. I'm like, oh, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I used to have such a crush on her. The whole movie.
You know, ruined the whole movie. Look,
she hot with you.
The whole time, this how I first learned this jealousy issue. You know what I mean? And I'm like, the movie's over. You like it?
But what do you like about her?
And I'm like, wait, time out. What happened?
See, what you got to do is
it was like a 3-day thing. Then I had to find out that it was a problem.
You got to set it up early, because my wife knows. who is it? Alicia Keys. I was boy when I was young.
The hall pass.
Hey, boy, I had me Alicia Keys. But also, what you got to do is you got to find her crushes, and then So then I almost say her crush because I know she's a Jason Momoa guy. Oh, and that's a big fine.
I think they all are, man. I think they all. Who's Jason?
And this is some man shit we about to say.
Here we go.
That's a big fine motherfucker. As a heterosexual,
Listen, no, but
as a heterosexual father of 3.
Channing Crowder got them moments, you know what I mean? He said Saquon Barkley's thighs.
Eyes are fine. That boy Denzel Ward. Have you ever looked Denzel Ward in the eyes? The corner from the Browns. Look him in his eyes.
I won't now.
Look him in his eyes. Your ass gonna tighten up. You gonna be like, Hey Denzel, bro. I think as a strong man, if you can't look at another man and be like, that's a fine motherfucker right there.
You know, it's something to that, bro.
That's confidence,
no,
man.
But let's be honest, bro. Somebody like a Jason Momoa, whatever.
Aquaman.
You lying to yourself.
Aquaman
sound way cooler. So
yeah.
If you sit here and tell me that he's not a good looking man, you lying to yourself.
Get your ass
now
out
you
of
look really insecure versus just being like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you're a good looking man. You know what I mean?
Let's be honest.
Just be fucking honest. Because if not, you look way worse lying to everybody.
Fred is pissed right now.
We're going down the
I know. Fred's watching the show.
Yeah, we're not gonna do this for too long, but
crazy rabbit hole.
You don't like that?
Come on.
But no, bro. As a man, like, this is some life lesson type shit. Why can a man not say I'm not saying you run up on Jason Moore and be like, shit, you fine as fuck, bro.
Yeah, no.
But just like look at another man, look that he kept himself together, look that he dresses nice, look that he keeps his shit together and be like, bro, that is a well put together human being.
That's totally different from saying that's a fine ass man.
I'm just saying, like, that's a fine ass man. Bro,
I think that's the problem.
That's totally different.
Aquaman! Have you seen Aquaman?
I've seen the movie. I have seen the movie.
You seen when he was swimming and flipping them boats over?
For the whole 2 hours, I didn't watch it. Not once did I be like, damn, that's a fine ass man.
I said, when he went back and met his daddy at the dock. I wish
Fred's like, cut the string.
Damn, I wish I was on that dock.
No.
Man, could I get a room in that lighthouse?
But see, everything is there for you to be able to say that because you married, you got the kids, you got the, you know what I'm saying? Man. You could say that. See, I ain't got no kids, I ain't married. So if I fuck around and say some shit like that as a public statement.
Oh, you know where you live.
They're going to be like,
for you.
Yeah.
They're
going
to
be at the gym.
They're going to walk in the sauna and be like, Kato.
Come get it.
Momoa.
Yeah, Kato.
Momoa.
Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Because, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
Listen,
my girl likes Romeo Santos, so every time she starts with me, I'm like, ding, 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 ding.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you see me in your local LA Fitness, if I ever hear you hit that bachata beatbox, boom, 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 it's a problem, okay?
Why is it a problem? What happened?
Don't ever come up to me with some bachata music in your mind and tell me how good I look. And we in the sauna.
What's going on here?
I'm being honest.
This happened in the sauna?
No.
Somebody walked up to
Oh,
you.
We gonna prevent it from happening. No, because you said
No, there is a lot of
somebody walk up to you in the sauna and hit you with boom, boom, boom. Cause
I be almost feeling like uncomfortable. Like, can you call them gays even, or does it start? No, I'm not because. I'm just listening to what I'm saying. Like,
talk in the sauna.
Okay.
You're not allowed to talk in the sauna.
No. I'm not saying that.
fella, what's up,
I almost
homie?
feel like I'll get attacked if I said the gays are very relentless when they want to shoot their shot. Like, okay, I'll say this.
yeah.
Women always come at men that go a little too hard when they're being aggressive and harassment. Men should be able to do the same shit to the gay guys if you're straight. You know what I mean? Because gay guys, they're like the sexual harassment guys. You know what I mean? Like when they want to be, okay? They tend to take it a little too far. You know what I mean? Like if you say you're straight, it's almost like if you offended them.
No,
you talking about getting shot at by a gay?
Yeah, like if you tell them, to chill the fuck out.
Yeah,
it's like that. You know what I mean? They look at you like the shitting guy. The guy that was shitting in the jail.
Yeah, look at
you
crazy.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, man, you let them know, be like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But they do get upset.
I don't know. You know what? it's like the women, because I've been on the other side of shooting at women.
Yeah.
Then when you get shot at, it is. I'll be honest with you, brother. It is surprising when you get shot at.
Yeah.
But then you have to put yourself on the other side because you shooting at women, and what do women say? I'm fine. I have a boyfriend. I'm good. So when the man shoots at you, then you say,
I'm fine.
I'm good. I'm good, brother. You know, my wife's at the Dillards. You know.
So am I crazy for thinking it?
My wife doesn't go to Dillard's.
Yeah.
No, Saks and shit there.
Am I crazy for saying it though? Am I wrong? Like, gay dudes be a little bit aggressive.
Oh, have you ever been to Lenox Mall in Atlanta?
No,
Nah.
I refuse.
So I don't
Lenox
know.
Mall, they go at you because they call me Red.
Cat call.
Oh no.
They'll cat call you.
Cat call.
They'll cat call, and it's surprising. It's surprising early on. Like once you get it, and it's like, hey Red, and you hear, hey Red, and you look back and you see the table of men, and you're like, oh, they're talking to me. It's surprising,
Right.
but then, like I said earlier, I know I'm fine. So if somebody's attracted to a man, and I know I'm a fine man, I know they're going to be attracted to me.
Right.
So it's not surprising anymore. Like think about that.
Real.
So let's think
That's
about
real.
it. So if you see a table of women, do you expect them to look at you when you walk past?
In my head, yes.
Do y'all expect it?
Yeah.
But realistically,
You see 5, 6, 10 women sitting down by themselves. You walk past, you would expect them to look at you because you are
here's
confident,
the difference.
good-looking man, right?
Time out.
Right.
All right, I'm Nick Saban right now. Time out. It's the difference between you and I, right? You feel comfortable in front of your wife. I'm nervous with this conversation. I'm like,
Really?
Yeah, because you're sitting there saying you walk in front of a table of 5 women or women, and they
you
say
expect them to look at you.
I'm waiting for the door to open up. Like you are waiting for.
Oh. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so this conversation, just so you know, I'll be sitting here like, okay, you know what I mean?
If you are a good-looking man, and I would say like ourselves, if anybody's attracted to men, then they'll be attracted to you, and it should be flattering. And I've been hit about this opinion before. They're like, oh, they want to call you call you gay and all. I'm like, I am 100% heterosexual, but if somebody's attracted to a man, I would expect them to be attracted to me because I'm a big, fine motherfucker.
God damn it, you better fucking look at
Look
me.
at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so funny. If you are, if goats were attracted to male humans, every goat in the world would want to be with me.
I get what he's saying though. I get what he's saying.
And you see what I'm saying? If I am the win.
A catch.
If I'm the catch, if I'm the prize, anybody that wants to get a man would want to get me because I'm fine as fuck.
That's real.
I'm 6'3", 250. I'm muscular. I'm articulate. I'm intelligent. Like, bitch, if I like men, I would like me.
Right.
If I liked a man, I would want me. Like, I would marry my twin if I liked men because of who I am.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. It's funny that people don't understand that. I understand.
Is this why you love him? You know what I mean? Like, she
ran from me. She ran from me the first time.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No,
And we said, hey, you ran from a linebacker.
Yeah, good luck.
You know what I mean? You weren't getting too far. You know what I mean?
I was gonna get her. I had to mow her grandparents' lawn to get a date.
I
Really?
like that.
That's what's up.
That's classic though.
That's how smart, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's dope. Hey, don't worry about the hedges. I'll throw that in there. I got you.
Wait, how did that
And you see her,
happen,
hey Asia. All right, yeah.
Take us back.
Met her at a what was that? The Notorious? The movie, Biggie Smalls movie.
Yep.
There was a movie release down on South Beach at the movie theater on Lincoln. So my buddy Aiken Adele, he was like, "Hey, come with me," and I'm like, I didn't want to go. It was like January 9th. Like the season just started. I'm partying, fucking off. Like the season just ended. Now I'm running. He's like, come to this movie premiere. I'm like, movie premiere, man, kiss my ass.
Season always ended for the Miami Dolphins around that time.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Not this year.
No, we done got right. But back then, December 25th.
We gonna enjoy the fuck out of New Year's.
Let's go
Y'all coming down here Christmas? Because we about to be done. So yeah, went out, met her there. Actually, she didn't even want to sit by me. So my homeboy, there was an open seat next to him, and I kept telling her to sit by me. She was like, "No, she's not." So she went, sat by her friend, and sat on the stairs. So it was an open seat next to me. She wouldn't even sit next to me. She sat on a stair next to her friend, other than sit next to me. She went down to leave, and this is how you try it. I'll teach anybody listen to some game.
Come on.
I was like, hey, can you grab me a drink? And she was like, what? I was like, can you grab me a drink? And I went to give her $20. Like, hey, can you get me a drink? And that tests like a strong woman. If you give a woman money and she grabs it automatically, you know, like, you can't,
That's what she do.
That's what she wanted, the 20.
She works
so
at Tootsie's.
She wanted that bread. So I was like, hey, can you grab me a drink? Because you going downstairs already? I'm fine. Because she wouldn't even take the money. Because now I tried her by trying to give her money. Because I can buy a Coke, motherfucker. It's like what her thought process was. So she brings me back up. I think I got a slushie, a red slushie. She brings back up a slushie. So then even that, take my slushie, give her my slushie. She goes back, sits by her friend. After the movie theater, so I'm waiting for her now. So everybody's walking out and all. And it was a bunch of famous motherfuckers. It was like Kelly Rowland and all that. Y'all remember the Fat Boys?
Yeah, especially for the B.I.G. movie.
The Fat Boys.
I don't know who the Fat
You don't know who the Fat Boys is?
Delirious, Prince Marky D. All that
Marky
shit.
D and all. He
Yeah.
MC'd it. It was like it was some famous people in there. So we were walking out. So now the news station was there, and I was actively playing. I was starting middle linebacker for Dolphins at that time, and my wife didn't even know. And so I wait for her to come across to where she was sitting. So I wait for her at the bottom of the stairs, whatever. She comes across. So now I'm shooting. Hey, what you doing? What's your name? Da, 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 da. I'm shooting my game. Yep. We walk outside. The news gets me. So as soon as I walk out, the news station gets me on camera.
Hey.
Hey, can you tell us about the movie? So now she hauls ass. Now she really don't know to do me. Because now she's like, oh, he plays ball. He ain't worth a damn. We go to Lucky Strikes down there, right? The bowling alley down there. This is where I think I got my end, was that we go in there and we get a little section. So we get down there early. We get a section, and then the the bowling alley fills up. So there's no seats, there's no alleys, there's no nothing. So it's just me and my buddy sitting in the section. And then her and 3 of her homegirls walk in, 4 homegirls walk in. And they're sitting by the bar, and they can't get no seat. Uncomfortable. Yeah. So that's when I snuck up. And my line was, I was like, hey, y'all got asses, we got chairs. If y'all want to come sit in our section, you good to go. Go over there, sit down, and that's when I got the number. Calling her, talking to her, trying to get her all this time. End up going and taking her to dinner a couple times. She still wasn't fucking with me like that. But the front yard of her grandparents' house was always immaculate. It was always immaculate, well edged, bushes edged, everything was immaculate. And so by the third time I went over there, I pull up, and I'm like, and she was in Opalaka. And a lot of dudes don't want to go to Opalaka. They're scared of Opalaka. I go to Opalaka. I got people know I was in Opalaka the other day to get some mangoes and that damn Tehran. What's that called? Tahine? The little spice. Boy, they got the mangoes and tahine.
Yeah. You an adopted Florida boy. Yeah, 100%.
My wife introduced me to that mangoes and tahine. So we go over there, and the yard was kind of big. The bushes was messed up. And so we go to dinner. And I'm like, man, what's up with the yard? She was like, Daddy, her grandfather, he was like, his down in his back. And she really wasn't fucking with me. She was like, she was just getting free meals at this point. No interest.
Courting phase.
Yeah, she was just getting free meals. And she was like, yeah, Daddy, this the dog, I can say the end of the season, this probably February, early February. And so then my ass, I had a house. I didn't even do my own yard. I had a lawn man. Like, I'm not cutting my lawn. Like, I'm paying for the Dolphins. I'm making money. Like, I had a lawn man. So we went out, let's say it was Friday, Saturday night. So we went out Friday night, went and dropped it back off. Saturday morning, I got up. I went to Home Depot. I bought a lawnmower. I bought an edger. I bought all this shit.
For one use.
And I went to her house. And she wasn't there, and I just started cutting the yard and edging the yard. Mm-hmm. And then her grandma called her and said, "That Dolphin boy over here cutting the lawn."
Yeah. He's a good boy. I like him.
That's how I got in. So that was if I didn't go buy that damn lawnmower and that edger, Little Chan, Ava, Chaz, our 3 kids, our 13-year marriage wouldn't be here.
And they all got here courtesy of a lawnmower from Home Depot.
A lawnmower from Home Depot. Lawnmower edger. Yep.
That's tough.
My
man.
son's here. My son's here from an iPhone. That ass. I text my girl and she when I first met her, and we exchanged phone numbers. I texted her green, and she was like, "Ew."
Out the gate.
Yeah, and she was like, "You text green." And I went to AT&T that moment, and I was like, "Let me get an iPhone." Yeah. And I text her. And I was like, "Is this better?"
Got her.
And then she was like, "For real?" And then I fucking sent her a video from my other phone of throwing the fucking iPhone in the trash with an Apple signal on top of it. Because I took the sticker that they gave me with the Apple box and I threw it on top of my trash. So I had the Apple trash can. And I just threw it back. And I was like, just so you know, this phone is trash. I threw it away, and then.
Well, I work
Now
harder
we got
than
two
you.
babies.
Yeah, you
earned that one.
He ain't cut the grass or nothing.
Listen, one of the oldest tricks.
nah.
One of the oldest tricks in the book. If you're courting a woman, if you're serious about a woman, if you get in good with her mother, of course her father, because that's always hard to earn. You got to kind of work. You got to earn that one. You got to get in there first. But if you get mom or grandma on your side, she will vouch for you to the end of the earth. When you come with her to her like, I don't know what I should do. I think I like him. Mom gonna say he's a good boy.
Yeah. My girl will tell you right now. Her mom likes me more than she likes her. Shit.
I'm there. My wife was raised by her mother's a great person, but she stayed with her grandparents a lot.
Yeah.
And her grandmother loved me. She passed about like 10 years ago.
Rest in peace to Grand.
Yeah. And her grandfather pulled a pistol on me.
Oh,
we ain't get that story.
He passed about 12 years, man. Old
What you doing in my lawn, man?
This an old military nigga. So
Yeah, he ain't fucking off.
once he saw me come to the house. Then I cut this nigga's lawn. So he's like, old niggas, they find any way to get mad. Man, what this fuck ass nigga cut my lawn? But so he called me to the side of the house one day.
he's a liar. His name ain't Channing.
And he had an old ass 38. I actually had, after he passed, one of my things to my wife, I was like, I want your grandfather's guns, because he had a bunch. He was a military dude. So he had a bunch of these old ass guns. I was like, I want your grandfather's guns. I got them framed and stuff at the house. And the revolver he had, I got it framed because that was his way of saying, like,
Listen here.
and he called it, my wife's name's Asia, and he called her my angel. Like, he said, he a country nigga, he from Georgia, Twin City, Georgia. He say Angel, but it sounds like Angel. So he, like, everybody thought he was saying my angel. So he would always say, like, hey, CC, don't fuck with my angel and stuff like that. And he brought me to the side of the house. And we started, getting. He knew we were serious. Yeah. And called me to the side of the house over there by the garbage cans. Saturday, middle of the day, and they had a 38 sitting on the table.
38 special.
And he said, CC, come over here. And I come out the house, come sit down. I'm like, what's up, Daddy? And he just stares at the pistol. Yeah. He says, I love my angel. I love my angel.
That's classy though.
It was just like, that check, that little check.
I ain't saying nothing, but I'm letting you know
that I'm gonna shoot your big ass.
In so many words.
I'm gonna shoot your big ass if you fuck with my baby, and I respect it. And so then when I decided to ask my wife to marry her, went over, and I knew every Saturday he went to Walmart. So I went over on Saturday, and I told him, I was like, hey, Daddy, I'll take you to Walmart today. And so then, and there was some OGs, some of the realest shit, and I tell people this to this day when they, recently dudes told me they about to get married, and I tell them the same thing. Go to Walmart, get all the shit, coming home. We about to take a left on 22nd. And I was like, hey, Daddy, I want to ask you first for permission to ask Asia to marry me.
Respect.
And he looked at the ground, he looked over at me, I was driving, he looked back at the ground, and he said, it's a bumpy road. Because he's been married for 60 years. So he wasn't like all excited, like, oh,
he went straight to it.
He went straight to it. He said it's a bumpy road. Are you ready to ride it? I said, yeah, man, I'm gonna do it. I want to marry Asia. He said, well, you got my blessing, but it's a bumpy road. He said it again. And then, and I tell people this to this day, probably an hour later or whatever. So now it's processing too. And he asked me, he was like, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
Hello. Wisdom.
And if you think about marriage now, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And I was like, and I didn't at the time.
Gave you a gem.
At the time, I was like, yeah, I want to be happy. You know, I want to make Asia happy. Like now, I'm trying to tend to the mother. I'm trying to make him happy. You know, he's just old.
Yes, yeah.
I just want you to say yes. So
I
I can
ordered
marry
the ring,
you.
Pops.
Yeah, the ring. You see that big motherfucker on her wrist?
Hello.
She can't even pull her left hand up. Her left shoulder bigger than her right shoulder.
Yeah, bigger than the laptop. Hold on.
But I didn't know what that meant until years into marriage. Do you want to be right? Because if you want to be right, if you want to prove that the shit you say is right and that you're correct and that what you say is the correct way of doing life,
something that come with that,
you're not going to be happy. So do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And that's the advice I give to everybody that gets married now. You want to get married? And I said, I'll be like, hey, man, I'm gonna ask Jolene to marry me. I'll be like, bro, congratulations. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And if that motherfucker say right, I say, bro, don't give her that goddamn ring.
I want to be
Your ass
right.
is getting
nah. Stop that.
Bro, don't give her that goddamn ring, bro.
I ain't buy it yet.
You gotta just be happy.
But
be happy.
I love moments like that.
Don't worry.
Especially with older folks, and that's why I appreciate chilling with. What do y'all got to do, especially all y'all young cats out there? Hang with some older folks. You gonna pick up game like that. Stuff you don't read really in the book. Stuff you don't just get on your own. Stuff that somebody got to hand to you. Like, listen, bro, check this out. See it through my lens, cause he heard what you said, but he went straight to it. All right, check this out. You want to be happy, or you want to be right? You know, are you ready to do this? Are you okay? You got my blessing. You know, but it sounds like you earned that too, though. It sounds like you did your due diligence. Obviously, he knew about you, who you are, and where you were headed, the whole trajectory and everything. Obviously, he knows his family.
Now this is ritual. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have a knife.
Mike, what's up?
We're okay. We're safe.
Junior.
We are safe.
I
But
love babies now.
yeah,
What's up?
but this is my little guy right here. What's up, Papa? He does fist bumps to everybody, so he's got
OG, triple OG. What up, Jew? You good, baby?
Yeah, you see there's a baby in there. You see it?
Oh yeah,
That's my daughter right there.
you working?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's cute.
Thank you, sir.
This ritual, it has to happen at all times.
Junior. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. Look at there. Oh,
I was worried. I'm like, is she gonna stab me? Because we're talking about, you know. I told you. You see that? We're gonna hang out with them a little bit. You know what I mean? She's gonna tell you how she you know, she doesn't stab him.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, I told him.
She's Cuban though. She's
she's. Oh yeah, there you go. So.
You were born in Cuba? My dad was. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm scared every day.
Yeah, you see that Hialeah she's talking about? Boo, boo, boo. You know what I mean? Like, chill out over here.
I'm scared every day.
Bye. He's about to get pissed. He's like, yeah, I gotta leave? Bye. Oh, he's pissing out. He's like, don't let me
Hi,
leave.
Junior.
Bye, Junior.
This is ritual. This is how it happens. This is how it goes down in the projects. You feel me? At all times, my son, this real life. There's no bullshit with the Danza project shit. This is, my son gets, you know what I mean, like premier access. He's gonna have some crazy ass memories when he gets. My son's gonna talk shit. You seen what T.I.'s son was sitting there talking about? He ain't got no silver spoon. Your daddy's a famous rapper. You got a silver spoon, my boy. You ain't got no problems in school. Fuck, you got a problem in school for? My dad's T.I. The argument is done. You know what I mean? Like, my son's about to say some dope shit. You know what I mean? Man, you look at this video of me dapping up Channing Crowder. Who the fuck you think? You want to meet me outside in the parking lot?
I see y'all are aggressive people. Aggressive family.
But that's how it is. So, let's get to the real shit, right? You know we had Brandon Marshall up here a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I relate a lot to his story being an entrepreneur. I enjoyed him. I think he's a great person. I hate that it's separated, but you're both doing dope shit. You know what I mean? Like, as far as like the way I look at the podcast, I like, Joe Budden, Rory and Maul, they broke up, and it was like, damn, they split up. You know what I mean? So y'all had so much great to what y'all did too. So much great. Is it like you just don't like the dude anymore?
No, I have no ill will towards Brandon Marshall at all. I like even after the breakup, I went to his kid's birthday party. His twins, like they call me Uncle Channing.
Tight.
Like I go to his kid's birthday party. Like it's nothing. It's when you and y'all are family, right?
Yeah.
Y'all are family.
No, not like family like that, but yeah, I mean pretty much. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how y'all do it. Black people.
Right.
When you close enough, y'all, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
That's my cousin. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So y'all family. So when you cross up the family or the friendship side and the business side, like then that's when things get kind of testy, or that's when you really have to go into a business mode with somebody you never had to go into a business mode with. But as a human being, as a man, bro, I wish nothing but great hope and success for Brandon Marshall. I wish that on everybody. I wish everything he does, any gyms he's open, anything he does, his new podcast he started, he had the paper route after us, and now he's starting another one. Like, I want all that to be successful. Everybody can eat. I have no ill will towards him as a man at all. It's just that when we were involved business-wise, then we were on different pages business. Our business acumen was just totally different. And me and my wife flew to Chicago when his twins were born, went to the baby shower. Like, I heard him talk about that on the show. Like, that was my ace. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my homeboy. Yeah. And so we were cool for a decade, and then we got involved business-wise, and then that's when the business broke down. But, man, I don't wish no ill will on that man at all, to be honest. Like, everybody wants, if you see him, you going to fight? No, I don't want to fight nobody. I don't want to fight anymore. I got about 4 ass whoopings left in me, and I'm saving it for my daughter's boyfriends. That's all, because my daughter is a beautiful, beautiful young lady with green eyes, and the stupid tennis player. Like, I know I'm going to have to whoop some little kids' ass coming up here.
You got to bring out Poppy's 38 just for the sentimental.
You know what? I thought about that, too. I'm going to bring that out when I know it's the guy, and I know they're real serious. I'm bringing out the 38, and I'm putting it down, and I'm gonna tell them the same thing, and I'm gonna just say, I love Ava, and I'm gonna just look at it and just look at him, just like my wife's grandfather did to me. But yeah, man, it's everybody can eat, and that's the thing. Like even MB, we did a collab with All the Smoke, and we're not competing. Like MB and Stack, like them are her homeboys. Yeah. Gilly and Wallow. Yeah. They both been on the show. Mm-hmm. Tight. Like, we're not competing with y'all. Like, these people they're giving out sponsorship money. So let's all go get it. Like, we were talking before the show. I was like, bro, you need to hit up. Like, we have DraftKings on Pivot. We have Etsy. We have all these guys. I'm like, bro, like, y'all need to reach out to them and see if they, you know what I'm saying, see if they want to mess with y'all too. Like, there is no competition there. I don't know on the other side if there's competition, because of the fact that we left. And I would say that about Brandon is that he, like with I Am Athlete, it showed me the podcast space. And it showed me, I was like, this is profitable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like as y'all have seen, like, this works. This new alternative media, we talked about it before, this alternative media works. Yep. So I appreciate Brandon for showing me the podcast space, because I don't know if I'd have got into it as fast as I did without him. So I appreciate Brandon 100% for showing me that space. And then when the business went downhill, that's why as soon as I Am Athlete broke up, we went to the Pivot. I was like, now I see what this does. Yeah. So me and Freddie, we went, called RC. I had a conversation with RC for about 2 hours one night. I was like, bro, let's just do this. We're gonna bring on Alicia, and we're gonna blow this thing up. And now it's one of the biggest podcasts in the world. And it's just it's easy, but I'm not gonna say that there's actually I appreciate Brandon for showing me what this space is before that. But yeah, it's, man, people always they've been doing it, and people ask about it all the time, where it's like, what's going on with y'all? Man, I ain't got no problem with that, man. I still go to his kid's birthday party. Like, I helped the damn bounce house was going down, and I ended up figuring out how to flip the breaker and get the bounce house back up at his kid's birthday party. Like, it's like everybody wants that beef, and it's not really any beef on my side at all, because I really don't, like, I don't get caught up in, like, beefing
Yeah.
Because like
act
if we have a
of.
problem, we need to fight or figure it out.
Yeah, if it's real.
If it's real, and people don't really want to do that. Like, me and Brandon don't want to fight me. I don't want to fight Brandon. Like, it's nothing to it more than that. But I do appreciate Brandon for showing me the way in this space, and then letting me pivot to what we have now.
But
like,
the thing that seems so shocking, I mean, because you say it's no beef, but it's like the chemistry was so good. It seemed like out of left field because as a consumer, like I love the podcast. I was like, yo, they break it up, but they get along so good. So it seemed like that's probably what all the curiosity is from because it's like things were going so
everybody
well.
I think felt like there had to be something else
like-
there.
like-
'Cause
like
how
it had
the
to
fuck
be.
do they
Yeah.
end up? Like,
it's fault on everybody's side, and I watched it. I watched after y'all asked me to come on. I went back and watched all Charleston White, which was amazing. Like I went back.
by the
and
way,
watched a
Brittany
lot of-
Renner's here. You know,
like I went back and watched a bunch, and I went back and watched B. And he even said it like we none of us never knew what it was about to do.
Right.
It was a COVID thing. How this shit started? Brandon and myself were sitting back. It was COVID, and we were in his backyard, and the kids were playing in the pool. My son, my daughter, and his 3 kids were playing in the pool. And it was some other kids there. It was like a little get together, a little COVID get together because nobody can go out.
Yeah, you can't do much. So
Can't do much. So we're talking, and we're actually talking about like at the time we both had. Well, I gotta bring my wife up again. My wife is genius in real estate.
nice.
So we have investment properties, and COVID they stopped the short term rentals of like Airbnbs and stuff. So now you had to go long term rentals. You had to go. So we're talking about the transition of our real estate investments, and we're just sitting there talking, drinking beer, bullshitting.
Yeah.
And one of the fathers was like, "This is so cool," because he was looking at us as these 2 football players. You know what I'm saying? He's like
Yeah.
these 2, like that's how he
That's
saw
all
us.
you're
Like,
capable of doing.
yeah,
so.
these 2 football, and he's seeing us talk about real estate investments, and we're talking about this, and we're talking about that, that, and then the tax implications on that is less than this, and then we're talking about how you can underwrite if you get a management part.
He was mind blown.
If
like,
you get
whoa.
if you get a manager of the Airbnbs, you can write that off because they're managing the property. So we're really talking about business and just kind of like figuring out what's going on. And the guy was like, "Man, this is so cool. Like it's cool to hear y'all 2 talk
fly
about
on
this.
the wall.
Like the fly on the wall thing." And he's like, "Oh." So I think from that, then B was like, with more credit to him, he was like, "Man, we need to do a podcast and talk, sit down as men." Fred T lived around the corner. We all lived right by each other. Fred T lived around the corner, and Reggie Wayne was on. If you remember season 1, Reggie Wayne was on before Ocho. So Dub was on. So they all lived in the same neighborhood. I lived around the corner, and so we went to them, went to Reg. So we all knew each other already, and we're like, "Yeah, let's start the podcast." So we started it, and we started that season 1. We got it going. And then season 2, I say we brought on Alicia Zubakowski, who is our producer now on The Pivot. She has 12 Emmys. She works for like NFL Films. Like she's a monster.
Nice little ace. Yeah.
It's Ace in the Hole, and that's who produces it. So
I was getting nervous. He kept saying Alicia. I was like, Alicia Keys?
No,
What's that?
no.
Don't say Alicia Keys, but my wife gonna get mad over there. Say Alicia Keys.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But it was so natural. It was so naturally started
just
of
worked,
like,
yeah.
hey man, let's go. So we like, let's grind. So then we built it up, and then we just kept working, and then once it hit, then the money started coming to 60, 70 racks a month.
Crazy.
But we had no paperwork set.
yeah.
And that was the problem, is that, so we're gonna grind together. We cool. We're gonna grind together. And then when the money started coming in, then the money,
How we gonna chop?
how we gonna chop it up? And then my whole thing is percentage. Like how much you making, what cut am I getting? That's my whole thing. I do it with everything I do. We're gonna do this, what's my cut? If you making 100, I'll take 20. You making $1 million, I'm not taking 20. You making $1 million, I need 200. Like I need you to value. I need them to know my value to this program.
Yeah.
Was there a couple of you trying to take the percentage though?
It was everybody trying to figure out what this is and what am I worth to this.
New territory.
It's new territory,
For
but
everybody.
we set up nothing. we set up nothing initially, and we didn't know
mentioned that as
what the
well.
money. We set up nothing initially, and he was right with that. We set up nothing initially, and so then when the money started rolling in, now it's like, well, hey, we making bread. What we gonna do? And then, oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Oh, I don't agree with that. Well, that's what I want to do. And him as the proprietary owner.
The financier, that's basically where he put it.
What he was putting, because he put it out there.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, well, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, and that's where we left. Like, I was like, oh, no, I don't like this deal. Like, I don't like this situation. And that's why we left. Like, it's not more than what it seems. Like, everybody wants this big, deep fight. It's like, oh, well, so say we started making money. Okay, I'm going to give you this. I don't think that's enough. Okay, well, that's what I want to give you. Okay, well, I'm gone. I was the most, and that's what I don't know, I heard him talking about it, where I was the most transparent person in everything. As y'all see, like, I'm the most transparent person anywhere. No, man, so you gonna give me what? No, that's cool. I'm gone. I'm gone. Right. And I hit it, and then we went and started something else. So people are trying to look for it to be so much more than what it is. Yeah. It was that once it got established, then the pie was not, and that's one thing Reggie told me. He was like, we got to cut the pie right. And I didn't think the pie was being cut right. Fred didn't think the pie was getting cut right. Ocho didn't think the pie was getting cut right. You know what I'm saying? So if the pie ain't getting cut right, we're going to hit it. And now we're going to go, and like we said, we pivoted.
Yeah, okay.
And went and made
a new pie.
Yeah.
A bigger pie, to be honest.
Pie.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's the thing, man. But it's no ill will towards them. That's what people want to make it like. You gonna see the dude, you gonna jump on him. And everybody knows me. They know I'm like, everybody knows I'm like I fought. Everybody knows my. It's like
as an entrepreneur, though, I'm
no problem
interested
towards
about
this,
this because I'm doing the same thing. I feel like right now I'm in the same position as Brandon Marshall was, right? Like I front all the funds to make it all work, and we obviously, Kato and I have a different relationship. I don't know what your relationship exactly was like, but we have a relationship where for us the numbers are already there and agreed upon. We're already like it's different, and I understand for everybody it's different. And I think Brandon actually helped that moment when he spoke about that. Is it something that like he put all this money down and he wanted to get the money back before he split up the percentages, or what is it exactly that he did that you felt was bad business?
So it was that we always asked about it. I was like, bro, send me the red and the black. And that's what business is, red and black. Assets, liabilities. You know what I'm saying? That's all business is. Send me the red and black. How much you spend on these cameras? How much you spend on that? How much you spend on this? Let's pay that back, and then let's cut up the rest.
Yeah. Boom.
That's all it is. Once you start, because he looked at it as a marketing arm for his gym and different things. Like he looked at I Am Athlete as a different approach to what we thought it was. I never want to own a gym, man. I know 5 or 6 guys that have lost their life earnings in gyms, and he knew that too. I'm like, bro, I'm not owning a gym. I don't want to own a gym.
That's a tough one.
Gyms are not successful. Like, I don't believe in gyms, and I have a bunch of investments. I would never. Somebody asked me to buy into on the gym. I'm not going to give you a Gatorade bottle
3 to 5
to
years
invest in
on
a
a
gym. It's hard to own gyms.
Yeah.
So I wanted to own I wanted to be a part of just the podcast, but it wanted to be more than that with that. So marketing all the gym, I Am Athlete, House of Athlete and all that stuff. So it was a different philosophy of what it was supposed to be.
I see.
And once we started seeing that, and once we started talking about it, and it's not like we just, hey, what we gonna do? Fuck it, we gone. But we sat down and had meetings. Like, we sat down a number of times and had meetings and meetings and meetings to see what are we gonna do? Like,
I was gonna say, because at some point you guys had to realize, like, yo, we got something.
We got something.
Hey, this is dope. People are tuning in. They care about what we talking about. Like, we got something. And I assume, like, I have to assume, as being businessmen, as men who have made money in their previous endeavors, at some point somebody's lawyer or somebody's wife or somebody had to say, like, hey man, how is this? I see where this is going. There's money coming in, but how and where and why? And it's like, you know, did you guys have that opportunity to have that discussion, or it was just kind of too far too late?
It was we couldn't really make any decisions, but there was a time and
By the way, this is all just a very teachable moment. Like, we're in those same shoes right now, you know. So it's great to learn from this.
I got you. And once I knew Brandon was on, and I watched, and then my wife actually was like, you know, they're gonna ask about the Brandon thing, and we talked about, you know, when you ask, you know, like to really explain it, where I don't want to get too deep into like the numbers and all that stuff, because I think that was it was bullshit on his side when he started talking about numbers. So I'm not gonna do numbers, but there's receipts. I have receipts. I have the one shooters and all that stuff of what the endeavor was, and it was not what Brandon said at the time, but there was a time when we were all sitting back trying to figure it out. Yeah. And Brandon was trying to figure it out as well, and he said that. So he's trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out. And there was really no full understanding of what it was going to be.
I see.
So you don't know what the big picture is, but you're trying to sign these contracts, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and we're like, well, but if it becomes more than that, you know, if this $200,000, $300,000 turns into $2 million, $3 million, $20 million, like, I'm not comfortable with that. So my whole thing is percentages, equity, you know, not rev shares, and all that stuff. Like there's numbers and there's terminology that's really big in contracts, and I have a stupid team, starting with my wife, Johnny Williams, my attorney. Alexis, my financial guy, Carter Strong, my CPA. So like whenever you talk to me, like anything y'all do, like when we talked about doing this, like there are 6 people that looked at the contract y'all sent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing that I do. So it's not like I'm not I'm the decision maker, but I have a team behind me, and it makes me look so intelligent and so smart. But it's really like I just put a bunch of smart motherfuckers around me. So when you have a team of 6, 7, 8 people,
and you got a dope ass team. Your wife called us. She said, "You bringing Alicia Keys up there?"
What's that? You see what I'm saying? Like, so I was working, and y'all was hitting me, and I was like, I called my wife, like, hey, you know, hit him back. I'm working, like, so I got this team, so I send it to my team, and I'm like, hey, want to do this? And these are fucking Ivy League people. That shit don't make sense. That shit don't make sense. That shit don't make sense. That shit don't make sense.
So it wasn't like the decision was made in a vacuum. It wasn't like heat of the moment, angry argument thing, right?
And that's the part about the emotional side of it, where everybody's like, oh, you want to fight? We're not fighting anybody. I gave this to my team. Just like recently somebody wanted me to invest in a restaurant with them. And I said, okay, send me the paperwork. I'm going to let my wife look at it first, and I'm going to let my team look at it. And if this shit don't make sense, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
But with the I Am Athlete thing with Brandon, when I looked at it, I was like, this doesn't make sense. This contract doesn't make sense. And my team said it doesn't make sense. So I was like, no, we're good. And it was like, I didn't storm out the building. Like we good, bro.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Super Bowl last year. Like, bro, you good. Like, we good to go. And then we're going to learn from that and evolve. And that's why I say I appreciate him, because of the fact that you showed me this space, and now I'm going to kill this space with the knowledge that I gained from that. And that's what everybody should do. Yeah. Like you take any situation that fails, failure isn't failure. Failure is a lesson. So when the I Am Athlete
said this shit to somebody earlier,
failure is a lesson. So I'm like, okay, the I Am Athlete didn't work out. So when the pivot was created, bro, we have a operating agreement. We have a contract. Get this ironed out. We have that. One. The first episode we ever did was Plesko Burris in New York 2 years ago, January 18th. Bro, we had the shit lined up so neat before we even turned the camera on, because of the fact that we didn't fail with the last venture. We learned from the last venture. Ooh. And now we're moving forward, and now, you know, it's some big things coming up, but man, it's nice. But people want, like, nowadays people want this beef and this. this problem and this
that's
resentment.
Everybody always wants it.
Bro, everybody wants that stuff, but it's no resentment towards that, man. Like I said, love his kids, love Michi. His team that Brandon had, he had a team, Chef Nancy and Days, and the people that worked at the gym. Like, I'm still cool with all them people.
Crew, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's not like bro. Like, we good to go.
What's cool about it, obviously moving forward, hindsight and everything, I think y'all taught a lot of people a very interesting lesson. And honestly, this is not the worst case scenario. It could have been a lot nastier. You guys, it could have gone to then meet me in the rain. It could have gone to meet me in the courtroom. It could have gone to so far, too far gone. But this is a lesson for a lot of people when it comes to getting into business with friends and even family, especially family. It's important to get that operating agreement, early on. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna wait until that pie is there to be split and the money's already in the account, and now you gotta kind of ask and negotiate and navigate, it gets weird. People that you love and known for all your life, but they got bills too. It starts to be like, well, I did this and I did that. Well, you didn't do this, and now everybody's kind of. So I think what you guys are going through publicly, in front of people, in front of all you guys fans and the community that you guys constructed and built, and the lane that you guys have for yourself, it's a powerful lesson for a lot of people too. And the way it's going, it looked like everybody kind of won. I can't really say anybody lost if I'm looking at the grand scheme of things, and maybe it's a little too early to say that, but the way everything is going, I feel like nobody really lost.
Winners win, right? Winners win. And inevitably, they're all going to win. You know what I mean? In their own way, whatever way you see victory in your path, like winners win. You do dope shit. You know what I mean? And you can see like when you hear about, the villain story, you know what I mean? Like, I think everybody should have known, if they didn't, that the separation didn't mean that all of a sudden you guys were done.
It's not over.
You know what I mean? Did you pay attention to how the story went? You know what I mean? Like, did you pay attention to, how the team was sitting there like, nah, you got the knee, we're just going to push it back a year. You know what I mean? Like, the win was coming. You know what I mean? So I would have guessed that, like, especially with what, again, you get on the show, it was Brandon Marshall's thing at first. You know what I mean? I guess if you say I am athlete, it sounds like it's a one guy thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you provide a spark. You know what I mean? And people start watching it. Like, and you said it. You didn't make me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, my mama, my goddamn daddy made me, motherfucker. Who the fuck you talking to? And you know what I'm saying? So like, I hear his side and I understand his side, and I'm here. I guess today in the Danza project, I'd be Brandon Marshall. You know what I mean? And no matter how people would judge me or whatever, and we have my co-host and somebody that's bringing the spark to it. I'm somebody that I understand that 100%. Yeah. Like I fucking value what this dude brings to the team so much. You know what I mean? And then in percentages, that's my guy. Mm-hmm. I don't have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 people to split it up between. And I feel like that also, you got you, him, Fred Taylor, and you got to split this pie, and things start getting like, oh my God, I got to make my money back, or this and that happen, and everything gets sticky. Business is tough.
Business is tough. Business is tough, and in a business that wasn't set. Yeah. Like if we franchised a Wingstop together, I could go to a Wingstop owner and say, hey, how much you pay? Yep. How much you pay up front? When did you get back? What's your kickback? 3 years, 4 years to pay your initial investment, and then what's your kickback month? Like there would be a precedent on things that would be set up. That this space was uncharted. Yeah. So who could we go to? Yeah. Who could we go to and say, how is this done? Mm-hmm. And it was uncharted territory. So we jumped into it. And that's the funny thing, that people come up to us all the time and they'll be like, man, you the OG of podcasting. And I looked at, even stacking Matt, like all the smoke was out before us. I look at the Breakfast Club, which was a podcast before they went, you know what I'm saying? They got syndicated and blew up. Like, I didn't think we were the OGs of podcasting, but now you're seeing all these podcasts come out, and people come to me at the airport now and be like, bro, y'all showed us the way, man. You the OGs of podcasting and this. And it even makes me look at that situation different because it's like, yeah, we are, because nobody knew what we were doing until it hit, until it clicked. And everybody should be valued in that. And that's the thing. Even when I left with Freddie, I saw Freddie's value. I'm the one that reached out to RC because I know his value. I know Alicia Zubakowski, our producer's value. Like, I could see, I learned how podcasting is and what they got to do in the editing. And that's why I was even asking y'all about, okay, you're doing this live stream. Are you going to edit? Are you going to edit it up afterwards? Are you going to cut it where when I'm talking, you can see your reaction? You can see your reaction. Like,
how's this going?
How's it going to work? Yeah. What's the end of this production? And there's different ways to do it. So it's just, it was so young in the podcasting realm that
there's no blueprint, no frame of reference.
It's even after that, even after the whole thing, when I was like, man, you ain't really make me. My mom and daddy made me. There's a line. What did Jay-Z say? You said you made Jay-Z, make another Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. Another one.
I made another Jay-Z.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. Hello.
You know what I mean?
That was a bar.
Yeah. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
He's a studio engineer, you know, just so you know. Like, he be on the boards when people are
what's
out there
the line?
spitting bars and shit.
Isn't it you
That's
say you
what-
made Jay-Z?
Make another me.
Make another me.
Yeah.
So with me, one podcast took over the world for a time. I left, and the podcast I was on after took over the world. So who really made those podcasts? That was my point when I when I was talking about the thing. I was like, yeah, so
I seen this motherfucker on the Danza project talking all that shit.
I was
you know
like,
what I mean? Yeah. I felt good. I'm like, you're talking about.
You made like make another me then, because I've made this again in a bigger platform at a bigger stage, and that was my anger on that. But it's all business. It's like Wendy's wants to beat McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody's gonna fold. We can all eat.
And we could all eat.
And that's the thing with the branding thing, is that people want this beef, and I'll say it again. There's no resentment there at all.
Good. You're all doing dope shit.
We're all just
you know what
eating.
I mean? He's doing the shit with Cam now, which is dope.
Let's eat. I love Cam. Yeah. Every time I go to Atlanta, we go to what's the shit called? His cigar bar, man.
Oh, he got a cigar bar? Okay.
Bro, if you go to Atlanta, bro,
that's cool.
Stupid food.
I like that.
Sunday brunch is crazy. He give me the upstairs, you know, I take that. He give me the upstairs bar. But Cam got his thing going. Like, it's all
I'm
it's
mad as
all
fuck
good.
that Cam ain't in the league no more. I'm mad.
Nah, he's too old. Cam, he's too old. He's too old. I pushed back. I don't know if you saw the episode with Cam. Like, he's too old, and he's too he can't just hide. Cam can't hide because of his personality.
You know what Cam reminds me of?
Fellowship.
Josh Allen.
Fellowship.
The Fellowship.
Bruh, go to Sunday.
It's a nice looking place.
Go there Sunday. Brunch is stupid.
I feel like Cam, Josh Allen scares me because of Cam. Because what I seen with Cam, I was a huge Cam Newton fan.
Yeah.
And you seen that, shoulders start taking a beat. And I feel like that's what Josh Allen is doing. He's a big running quarterback, and he takes the beat. And Josh Allen, they don't sit Josh Allen down. When he's injured, he's like, I'm playing through this injury. Sometimes it's like, all right, you doing. That was Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Brett Favre's like, I'm going to play with the broken finger. That was Kobe Bryant. I'm going to play with, you know what I mean?
It's funny you bring up Favre, because that was a comparison I had on Inside the NFL that I was, I'm going to get off, so I'll say it here, but I'm going to get off. Josh Allen leads the NFL in touchdown passes right now, but also he's one of the top in turnovers. Yeah. Those years that Brett Favre was throwing 32, 35 touchdowns, Brett was throwing 20 interceptions because he's a gunslinger. I'm going to just shoot. I'm going to shoot. I'm going to let it go. And that's what Josh got a lot of Brett Favre in him, but Brett Favre's a Hall of Famer.
Josh is going to go.
Josh, and what Joe Brady has done for Josh is told him to run if you want to run. I think Ken Dorsey was stopping him from running.
Yeah.
So Joe Brady said, listen, if you can't throw that ball in 2-3 seconds,
Take off, big man.
Your ass is, you runs a 4.4 and you 6'6". Take off
big
and go
man.
get it happening. You
Come
saw it against
on.
the Eagles, and they're throwing a lot of outside. I think I talked about earlier. He's throwing a lot of outside routes because once you throw deep across the middle, it's a lot of motherfuckers back there running around, and they're very talented.
Scary.
If you throw it on the outside, you're just dealing with one cornerback. So he's throwing all out routes, and he's running the ball down the middle, and that's what Joe Brady did to him. And it's genius what he's doing because he's scheming it up where Josh Allen can't make mistakes.
And that's a big boy.
Smart.
Josh is a bomb. I love Josh.
Yeah,
And being a Dolphin fan, I love Tua, Tyreek, what they doing and all. And I think the Dolphins will win the AFC East easily. But I
think
I
they win the
respect
AFC.
good football. I love good football. I just want to watch good football. And Josh Allen is a monster. He's a top 5 quarterback right now.
Okay, I like that. I'll go top 1. But, yeah, I'm going top 1.
So the Chiefs ain't in the league no more.
I'll say this.
The Chiefs ain't in the league?
I'll say this. Yeah, I think, this is my opinion. I think that if Andy Reid got a hold of a Josh Allen, watch out. If Andy Reid got a quarterback that could run like Donovan McNabb, but throw like Josh Allen.
But he had Michael Vick.
He didn't have Cam Newton with an arm like.
And Cam is my ace.
Yeah.
I love Cam, like I said. And Cam, don't take my exclusive upstairs privileges away at Fellowship. But Josh Allen is a more talented passer than Cam was.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
you got the type of runner that Cam was. Obviously, Cam had probably better feet than Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, Cam.
But Josh Allen runs like that.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Big and strong. Can't you?
And
No
he
one guy's
throws
not bringing
similar
him
to
down.
a Pat Mahomes. He really does.
He does not throw like Patrick Mahomes.
My
that's
opinion,
your big
that's
bias.
a-
70 yards down the field.
Nope. I will agree with you when you're right,
Pat
and I call
Mahomes-
bullshit when you're wrong.
That's
Pat
where the
Mahomes
bias
got the
is.
baseball throw,
Listen.
right? Pat Mahomes got the baseball throw. Like
Side
Pat
on.
Mahomes does not even just the sidearm. I don't even know if you could call it the sidearm. Sometimes this dude throws the goddamn ball.
Patrick
you know what I mean?
Mahomes
Like he's sitting here like this.
is
I'll give him that.
the most
No doubt about it.
talented passer
That
in
you've
the
ever
last 30, 40 years of football. Yeah.
I like that.
Even like Brady. Brady's the GOAT. Brady's so smart, but Brady wasn't. He didn't have the arm talent of Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, we talking about,
Yeah.
to be honest, not even being, we in Miami. Patrick Mahomes, like Dan Marino shit, Joe Montana stuff.
Style.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Mahomes is special.
I'd still take Josh Allen, but congratulations to you for taking Pat.
He ain't gonna.
You know what I mean?
I don't even
Man,
like the
nah.
damn Chiefs, but
Yeah, nah.
bro.
I'm just saying,
I'm
give
just
me
football-wise-
Andy Reid and Josh Allen over Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. For me.
This a Buffalo man.
Yeah,
Super
nah.
Buffalo.
blood.
that's
Yeah.
Pat.
Call
yeah.
it Buffalo all you want.
I said Josh Allen top 5.
Do you think? You know, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying for me,
Yeah.
do you think that Josh Allen would be better if he had Andy Reid?
Yeah. Oh no, everybody. We saw it when Josh Allen was shit his first couple years, and then Brian Daboll, who went to the Giants, they came in. Yeah, no, you like the coaching stuff. Fuck with Tua. We saw it with Tua. When Chan Gailey was his offensive coordinator. Chan Gailey is 97 years old. Remember when Chan
He
Gailey
was known
the
as an
offensive
offensive
coordinator?
mind, yeah.
He's not an offensive mind. He doesn't have a mind. He has Alzheimer's. Like, and then
97
you
years old.
see Mike McDaniel get Tua and that talent, and now you're seeing Tua be one of the best quarterbacks.
Absolutely,
Tyreek,
yeah.
Tyreek's gonna break 2,000 yards this year. But the coaching does help. So to your point, now just being bullshit, being facetious. Josh Allen will be better with Andy Reid, but Josh Allen would not be better than Patrick Mahomes with Andy Reid
Okay.
because
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
bro,
You played in the league, I didn't. You know what I mean? But I'm
Tua's-
not gonna sit like you said to
Tua's
me.
good.
Like you said to me. You ain't want to fight Marshawn Lynch? Yes, the fuck I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You gotta remember who you.
you know what I mean? I'm not about to sit here and shut the fuck up.
You ain't want to see Sean.
Hey,
Sean
Patty.
was a big, strong bastard now.
Oh no, I seen him, man. I
Yeah,
know.
you don't wanna see
I was
Sean.
just saying I was ready for the ass whooping. All right. That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
I was prepared. You know what
Marshawn, I
I'm
don't
like,
got no beef, bro. I am
Nah,
trained,
beast mode is
but
one of
I
the
don't want
best-
No beef.
Beast Mode is one of the greatest personalities ever.
He shot at your lady?
That's what she said. I believe her. All right, I believe her.
She wanted you to get your ass whooped.
That's what it was.
Congratulations, she did. She definitely did.
She said, "Somebody grabbed my ass. Who did it? Him."
Yeah.
You sure?
Big guy with the Skittles.
With the braids.
But I tell you what, no doubt about it. Marshawn Lynch is, I think, in my opinion, one of the greatest fucking athletes ever. His entire story has been like A1. His show, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So that's how you milk him right there? You know what I mean? Like, he's Marshawn Lynch is A1.
I played some bad running back. He's top.
He's A1.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Come on.
AP was a monster. Sean was a monster.
You were out there when Jamal Lewis was out there, right?
Jamal was old when I got in.
Okay.
Jamal could still play, but he wasn't 2,000-yard Jamal. I was there for CJ2K.
We had Edge up here.
Edge was a beast.
Yeah.
And
We had Ricky Williams up here.
Yeah, speaking of
I
Dolphins.
played Rick and Ronnie in that Wildcat. Yeah, I had to hit them two bitches every single day.
In practice, right?
Rick and Ronnie were hell.
Trouble.
But,
out to Rick.
Sean, I would say LaDainian's probably the best. That 06, when he set the rushing record, LaDainian's the best thing I've seen out the backfield in my life. Because he was
A
little.
lot of people don't talk about
LaDainian
LaDainian
was
Tomlinson.
a
That boy
monster.
was a beast. Yeah.
LaDainian had 26 touchdowns that year, 26 rushing touchdowns, 06. We played him out there in San Diego. And Zach Thomas didn't say names. He never said a name. He'd always say numbers. So, like, you play,
Oh, wow.
you play Brady, and he'd be like, 12. 12's going to do this. 12's going to check. He'd always people out his numbers. His thing was all numbers. Like, Zach's almost like Rain Man.
Wow.
Zach Thomas almost
That's
like
scary,
Rain Man.
though. I ain't gonna lie.
And it was all numbers.
Zach Thomas was a wild boy, man.
Zach could play.
Yeah.
Hey, Crowder, 87. If he's off the ball, they're running it. If 86 is off the ball, they're passing it. Like his whole mind was numbers.
Math.
So a whole season with him, 05, my rookie year. Come back 06, we go out to San Diego to play the Danian and Phillip Rivers and them in San Diego. And it's pregame, and the offense gets the ball first. And Zach's sitting there, and Zach looks down the bench. He said, CC. I said, what up? He said, the Danian's a monster. And it's the first time I heard him say a guy's
Be ready? Yeah.
government name.
Oh,
And it almost shook me because I was like, did you just say a man's government name? And then probably about the third play, they ran a power, and I hit the Dana at the goal line and ended up being 2nd and 2. That bitch drugged my big ass for 8 yards.
Damn.
I was like, God
Yeah.
damn, LT was good. LT was so strong, so fast, so big. So, yeah, it's funny. And all them dudes, Adrian Peterson that year was a monster. Some of them running backs were stupid. But the most respect I have for a running back, just playing them, is the Daniel Tomlinson.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's a great story right there.
Yeah. And
So
then-
speaking about running backs, you told us that you had something about OJ.
Hey, it's a funny story, man.
The original juice.
So we went to, and this is another with Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown is my ace. Call him Black. We got drafted. He went first round, 05. I went third round. And that's my ace to this day. Got a birthday party coming this week, and he's coming down with his family. His kids are friends with my kids. That's my dude. Our wives are friends. And so me and Ronnie go to the rookie. There's like a rookie in New York. You sign autographs.
At the rookie symposium.
No, it's not a rookie symposium. It's like a what's some damn Lear or whatever. One of them little card shows, whatever. So they come and you literally sit and you just sign thousands of cards. You sit there for a day, they give you like $20,000, and you just sit and damn near sign 20,000 cards.
Holy shit.
So me and Ronnie fly because I was he was offensive guy, I was the defensive guy. We were both the Dolphins rookies and all. So we go to New York. So we go up there, we sign autographs. We go back to the airport. So we're sitting at EWR about to fly back to Miami. The flight's delayed to go to Miami. So everybody's like, oh. So everybody's walking away. They're like, we're moving the gate. OJ Simpson's there.
Of course.
So OJ had like 3 of his buddies with him. So OJ Simpson there. So we both looking. We're like, damn, that's OJ Simpson.
Was he running through the airport like the Hertz commercial?
He wasn't running. But he does that. The joke is he has a big ass head. That bitch has a big ass head. That's the one thing. He turned around. I was like, this man.
Gotta be him.
Motherfucker's his face but like a cartoon character. They're like Stewie.
The bobblehead.
Yeah, he's
But then, so we go, so now everybody, so it's a restaurant, it's like a little bullshit restaurant there. So now when they delay the flight, everybody tries to pour into the restaurant. So we were kind of in the back. So we got a seat in the restaurant, and then we have the little table. So OJ and his buddies walk in, so they kind of connected all the tables. So everybody just kind of had to sit together. So the ladies bring the cutlery out. So the ladies come and start setting the cutlery down. Man, they set their goddamn cutlery down next to OJ. One of his motherfucking buddies grabbed the knife and slid it down the table.
Oh, no.
I fell out laughing. But people were so uncomfortable, like, could we laugh at that?
Oh, no.
Man,
okay?
when they put that knife next to OJ, his buddy grabbed that knife and slid it down the table, bitch, I fell out laughing.
Hey, shout out to his homeboy.
Ronnie
though.
sitting next to me hit me like, shut up. Man, this old ass nigga ain't gonna catch me. I'm gonna laugh at this joke.
I got something for you, OJ.
He came at you with Russell Wilson. If you ain't catch it, he came at him with the Bronco. You feel me? Don't. Bars.
Yep, but OJ, then I saw him. I met him again at down here somewhere. Yeah, cool dude.
Yeah,
I don't know
here.
if he killed nobody or not, but hell,
He down and around here. I mean, you catch him playing golf on it any day. So he down and around here.
I met him, and then
That's a Buffalo Bill right there. You know what I'm saying? So
you wanna? I give you one. Bruce, you love Bruce Smith?
Oh yeah.
Bruce Smith. I'll give you a story about Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith. I was in where we at Crowbar when Bruce stole all the liquor.
Stole?
So we in Crowbar, and people, you know, they know who I, you know, people know me. I'm loud and shit, talk all the
Shirt
time.
off.
Shirt off. So, you know, from the day now. So we in the club, right? So we in Crowbar. Is Crowbar still there? They probably changed the name. So we in Crowbar. Me and my wife, it was years ago. We in Crowbar. We got a big section. We got a couple friends there. And then the manager comes up and he's like, hey, Bruce. And he just, people assume all football players are fucking friends for some reason. Like, hey, your friend Bruce is outside. I'm like, I don't know no Bruce. He was like, oh. So then he came back like, Bruce Smith, you know Bruce? I was like, shit, yeah, I know Bruce Smith. Like, he's a monster. Like, I love Bruce Smith. It's like, yes, Bruce wants a table, but there's no more tables left. It was late. It was like 1:30 in the morning. It was like, can he come sit with you? Because it's just me, my wife, and like 2 or 3 other people. We had a nice size table. I was like, yeah, man, Bruce, come sit with us. So Bruce walks in with like 3 friends. Sit down, get 4 shots of tequila. I had a bottle of tequila, 4 shots of tequila, and then gets 4 cups of tequila. Bottle gone. Drink the shot, drink the liquor, and haul ass. I was like, damn, Bruce Smith just came and stole my whole goddamn bottle.
No.
And I was like, damn, Bruce. It went up, gave him that when he got in, like, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, then Bruce McGuy, I saw him later at a Jason Taylor event. And I actually told him about it, so if he hears this, he's going to laugh.
Yeah, he owe you
but
a bottle,
y'all like,
man.
damn, Bruce, man, you came in, drank my whole goddamn bottle of tequila and hit it.
Yeah.
My bad, brother. My bad, young blood. Yeah, so, yeah, so you're
Bruce
That's funny,
Bruce got
man.
an interesting voice for a motherfucker named Bruce too.
Bruce is a bad man now.
Yeah.
Definitely a bad man, but he got that voice.
Like what?
It just doesn't sound like a Bruce.
What's a Bruce sound like?
I mean, you know, Bruce. You know what I mean? He's got a very feminine voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to
He
go.
got a lot
Because
of
we saw
lighter voice.
we saw a lot of the commercials in Buffalo and shit, and like when it was Bruce Smith and he finally got to the screen, you know what I mean? It was like,
Oh. That's Bruce?
you know what I mean? Super Bowl Bruce. Yeah.
Bruce is a bad man.
Yeah. But that's the last thing you want a motherfucker like that talking to you with like, hey, you know what I mean? You don't want that. This is just, it's kind of a little nerve wracking.
Don't sleep.
You know what I mean? That, like, and that's a big boy right there. Reggie White, Bruce Smith, those those were them guys.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Michael
I was
Strahan.
Yep, that was my childhood.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, originally, you know, we were talking about who made me and all that stuff. You initially had a start in broadcasting prior to this whole podcast thing, right? With
I had a radio show
with
for 13 years, yeah. I've been doing radio 13 years. South Florida, I was
Adam
Kuperstein. He's now in New York on NBC6 New York. He blew up. He's very, very talented at his at media. But yeah, I've been in radio now for over 13 years.
Wow. Do y'all keep in contact?
Yeah, I still talk to Coop.
I'm sure he see what you doing now, and he's like, man, I remember when you first came to radio, and you know, had to be on the mic publicly type.
It's funny because now people see all I'm doing, and they're always like, they knew it because how much I talked. So the shit started, the media shit started. So like, what made me but the media shit started where it was like my 4th or 5th year, and I used to just talk shit in the locker room, just make fun of everybody. The media guys come in. I always joke with David J. Neal. I don't know if y'all know him. He works down here. Named David J. Neal, but he used to always wear these little short ass shirts, little dashikis, and have his belly button out.
Oh, like Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah.
And I used to fuck with him, and I'd be like, "Man, you got that goddamn little short ass dashiki on," and all. So he used to laugh. So the media got a hold of like knowing that I'm just entertaining. So then they asked the Dolphins. They were like, "Hey, I think it was NBC. I think it was Channel 6." And they were like, "Hey, as we play the credits, can we just record you, sit in your locker, and make fun of people? And we'll edit it, make sure the Dolphins approve it, and we'll just play it as at the end of the news every night."
That BTS,
BTS, we talked about that shit earlier. So I was like, and the Dolphins approved, and I was like, yeah, cool. So I just sat and mess with people. Paul Soley, I was sitting next to me. He was a big-ass Polynesian, so I used to fuck with him all the time. And so they would just play, they would just record me, 5-10 minutes, and just play it back at the end of the news. And so that turned into a Friday night radio show on 560 WQAM down here. And then
AM.
WQAM,
That was big.
That was big. And then that turned into a Monday night, the next year, a Monday night and a Friday night show down here. And I have no broadcasting degree and no communication degree. I just to talk. I'm like, I'm like, people ask me that, do you have a communication degree? I was like, a degree to talk to humans? Like, bitch, I've been talking to humans my whole life.
I wish I knew about that degree.
I wish they told me I needed a degree to talk. So then that's where it started. So when I was actually playing, I was already on 560 QAM down here. And then when I retired, Steve Goldstein took the TV job for the Panthers, and it was Coop and Goldie. And then he took the Panthers job, and they needed somebody to fill in. And they were like, hey, would you jump on with Coop? And I was like, yeah, I'll jump on. Jumped on, and shit, 13 years later, now I'm, we're the number one South Florida sports show, man. Hawk and Crowder, 560 WQAM.
Don't leave me over here. Don't leave me hanging, goddamn it.
Yeah, man, but it's just, it is all like, I'm quoting Jay-Z a lot. When he was like,
that's a good person to quote.
But when he was like, my dudes are taking chances. It's one of them songs where he's like, y'all are taking advances, my dudes are taking chances. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, I'll never say no to an opportunity. We'll figure that shit out on the back end.
Yeah.
So that's all I did with radio, with TV, with Inside NFL, with podcasts, with everything. It's like, oh, it's an opportunity. Well, shit, let's ride and see what happens. And then it always, it just.
That pivot.
Just bring, like I said, it's just,
Is there, okay, so people put you in a box. He's a football player. He should, technically, you shouldn't be being able to do none of the stuff that you're doing because you don't have a degree in communications, right? Is there something that you haven't gotten to? Like if it wasn't football or if it wasn't broadcasting, is there something that you like, man, I always wanted a NASCAR? Or like, is there something that,
It's a good question. There's something I haven't gotten to.
I see you cooking.
I got the seasoning line coming out. Crowder Powder. It's gonna be out. We have our first show December 17th. December 17th. We got my first cooking show at the Dolphins Jets game.
Nice.
December 17th, you got it. Yeah, that's
cooking show. December 14th is the comedy. I'm doing the improv.
Go, Miami.
Oh, like it's funny. Like when you said it, like it made me think because I think what was that saying? The world is your oyster or whatever, whatever that shit is. Like I think it's so much more like I can do, but it's just presented when it presents itself. Like radio presented itself when I was playing, then radio presented to podcasting, and podcasting presented to TV, and TV is going to present to just open up the world, and then the content creator stuff, the influencer stuff, which I didn't even like or know. But it's like when things come up, I just say like my wife is one of the biggest fuels of it, but my team is one of the biggest fuels. They're like, hey, do you see what they're doing? And they'll literally send me a clip of what's going on. They'll be like, hey, this dude's cooking and he has this many followers and he can do this. Well, shit, I can do that.
You fucking with this?
I mean, like, I could do that.
Yeah.
And so it's I've coached. I won't coach probably ever again. That's too stressful. These kids ain't worth a damn nowadays, man. These kids are crazy.
It's hard to be in charge of that many personalities.
These kids are crazy, bro. Yeah. These little young kids are crazy. So I just try stuff, and if I put my mind to it, and put my I guess my team to it, they'll figure out how to make it work. So I know there's something more in the future. Just think about it now. This seasoning stuff and this cooking stuff might turn into a restaurant.
Come on.
You know, stuff like that. But it's just it's going to naturally happen because I never thought I'd do radio, and then radio turned into TV, and then TV turned into national TV. National TV turned to podcasting, international podcast stuff. Like it just as it matures, I just let it mature, and as opportunities arise, just like inside the NFL, I just let them come up, and then you throw that ball over the plate, I'm gonna hit that bitch out the park.
That's tough.
So seeing as the way all these careers played out, where like you got like your Tom Brady's that played until he was 42 years old, 43. Aaron Rodgers, which he's sitting there just today, came out that he might come back depending on how competitive they are, which they won't be, so he won't.
No chance, man. Ain't no reason for him to play no more football this year. Yeah.
And do you wish that your career went on a little bit longer, or are you happy with the way it ended?
No, I'm fine with it. I could have played longer. Like I had teams recruiting me. I had teams trying to scout me to come play. I worked out for New England. I had a Buffalo workout and a Seattle workout the year I retired.
Oh, so you didn't want to go to Buffalo?
No, I did. You know what? Yes, I didn't want to go to Buffalo.
Okay, Willis McGahee.
But
all right,
I didn't want to play football that year. So it was after the lockout. So whenever you were going to when your contract was up, the lockout year, that was 2011. You would push some money back to your end of your contract so that if you did lock out, you had guaranteed money. So I already had money coming in that year. So then when the Dolphins released me, I was like, oh, I'm already getting paid. I'll take a year off. Like I got money, you know what I'm saying? My wife was 11 months no, not 11.
I hope she's not 11
months pregnant. What was it?
Damn, you did a lot of work.
It was like almost 9 months
she
pregnant.
was like, I'm going to store the baby in for an extra month.
She had
almost there,
She had triplets and was 11 months pregnant.
You had triplets?
No. She was
shit.
She was almost 9 months pregnant. She was like 8.5
Is it fucked up that I thought like you got to be a fat woman to have triplets? Because I looked up and you had triplets. You know?
You're too skinny to have three babies.
Yeah.
But
good shape for triplets.
So camp started like August 15th. My son was born August 29th. So like she was blown up, and I was like, they cut me. I was like, the hell with it.
Damn, she was blown up.
It's tough for me to be home.
Yeah, she was big. Yeah, she came to the first. The Dolphins cut me. They made me practice one day and then cut me the first day of camp.
After they saw your wife?
No.
Like
no, they my wife was there. I think my family, my sister, like it was my whole family came. Like, oh, first day of camp. Came out, and then the Dolphins cut me after the first practice of camp.
Damn.
And so I was like, well, I'll take this year off. I'm already get paid. And then I honestly, bro, I saw the other side of life. I saw once you take football off and you don't have to worry about the stress of like learning, fucking tight end motions and goddamn 12, 21 personnels and all this shit. Like I just chilled. And I told my wife, I was like, yeah, Asia, I ain't gonna play ball no more. I don't know. She didn't believe me for years. She was like, you going to go back. Because she knew I loved the game.
Yeah.
I really loved I love the X and O. I love the schematics. I love the grind of the game. I love being out there with the best athletes in the world. But I saw, like, the pressure off my shoulders. I saw, like, the pressure off my body, having to rehab and just work out and just stretch guys and –
the whole thing.
Vitamin drips and goddamn shots in your knees and PRP and
the
going up
to and the interviews and the.
I just saw because I was like the main event since high school. All American high school, All American college, drafted to the Dolphins starting. So I was always the pressure I put on myself to be great. I didn't understand the pressure I put myself till that pressure was gone.
Till it was taken off.
And then once that pressure was gone, like I was sitting at home on like a Tuesday, man, sitting there. You know, we have a newborn son, little Chan the third, and I'm just sitting there.
A newborn son at the time.
At the time, yeah, he's 12 now, yeah, and so Chan's 12, my daughter's 10, and we have a 3-year-old, and I'm sitting there, man, and my wife's sitting there with my newborn son, and I'm sitting in our house, and I'm like, man, that football kissed my ass. And I swear it was like 2 years, and my wife kept saying, she's like, you're gonna go back and play. And I was like, I don't think so, baby. I don't think so. And then it was like 2.5, 3 years, and she was like, you're not playing anymore, are you? I was like, no, shit. They kissed my ass.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it. You know, to be as good as you were, and you know, to get to that level of playing ball, it don't start from middle school. It don't start from, you don't get that good starting football in high school. You know, you've been playing all your life. So to finally feel, I got a Sunday off. Let me turn that AC down. Hold on. Let me have a drink. Let's put some ribs on the, you know what? It's kind of, I'm sure it took a lot of pressure off your body, off your back, off your mind, just so that you could actually be you outside of the game. And that's what's so interesting about your story too, and about the pivot. Is finding that second leg of life, that second breath of air after your main career or your mainstay as far as how people know you. I think it's important for people to be able to have something to do outside of the salary, outside of what you get paid to do, outside of what you train to do all through high school, college, and all that stuff. It's important for you to have something that you do for you, you know, to express yourself and who you really are, again, outside of the salary. And it's cool to see you guys do that kind of stuff, you know. Like you said, you guys were very early in doing so. You know, B. Marshall and the whole crew. It's just been cool to watch y'all do this and actually be good at it too. You know,
and a lot of dudes do. I want to say struggle, but a lot of dudes do have trouble with that transition.
I'm sure.
A lot of dudes have trouble with that transition.
Now you're not burning calories, and now you don't look how you used to look, and you know you start to feel a certain way. And of course, the money is always something you got to consider as well too. So I'm sure it's difficult.
Yeah, and it's just finding something new to do, finding another passion, and it's never there's no jobs that are gonna pay like professional sports pay.
Yeah.
So even when I got in the radio, like I was making 28, 30 grand, a year.
Yeah.
And it was like, bro, you making 20 grand, 28 grand a year. I'm like, bro, that.
Yeah.
And not, I know just
the scheme of things.
In the big scheme of things and what you've made and what you used to make and all. But it was like you're working towards something. It's something bigger than that. And I know the podcasting and I know the Inside NFL stuff and the national TV and the attention and the ESPN and the First Take and all this stuff I've done without doing radio and kind of sharpening my skills for all them years. I would not be as good on radio. I wouldn't be as good in the media. So it wasn't about the salary. It was about the
experience,
practice, the experience. And a lot of guys have to see that where I go from like right now the NFL. I think the league minimum is like $670,000 or something like that. If you're on the team, if you take a snap, you're making 700 racks a year.
Oh wow!
And now I'm gonna leave that and go make 25 racks a year. And there's a lot of guys that can't see the bigger picture of it. And I've talked to guys that can't see that bigger picture of it. But it's just really, man, just doing things and trying to be just knowing that you can be successful at something and just saying, man, I'm gonna dive in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna dive in and see what happens.
With all this, all this lure, everybody obviously knows you got some hands on you. Nobody ever said, "Hey, man, come do this celebrity boxing."
Oh no, they swing back. Okay. I've had some people ask me, hey, you want to fight? We know.
I'm sure somebody said, hey, man.
Yeah, Google me thing, like Google me, I fight. No, because them motherfuckers swing back. Y'all understand that? If you can tell me we can fight and you ain't going to hit me in my face, man, I'll wear your ass out. When you start swinging back and you going to hit me in my shit, no, Jack. I talk to Ocho Cinco about it all the time because Ocho talking about boxing again. We just laughed. He talking about he gonna fight Andre Ward.
Oh, what?
And I was like, Ocho, don't try to fight Andre Ward. But I went to
Andre Ward wants to fight us.
I went to the Logan Paul. I went to the Logan Paul fight with Ocho when he fought the big blonde haired white boy, and he was holding. No. He fought a little black
Floyd?
dude. No. Ocho
KS1
fought
or something, the Prime or some shit. What the fuck was his name?
I don't
forget
remember who
his
he
name.
fought. I know Odom fought.
No, Floyd fought Logan Paul, but Ocho fought a little the little black dude.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about at Hard Rock Stadium?
Oh, yeah.
We was there because Chad is my ace. That's my dude, Sherelle, and my wife are friends and all. So we was there for Ocho. Ocho held it down for 3-4 rounds, and then Ocho jumped in the air to the right, and that motherfucker caught him inside his cheek, and he hit the ground, and his booty was in the air. I said, damn, Ocho. I was like, damn, because I warned him that your booty going to be in the air. And so so I was joking with Ocho recently about it, but yeah, man, I'm not fighting nobody because I'm not getting, man, I got kids. You gonna have me on the ground, my face on the damn turf, my booty in the air, sleep? Yeah. If you could promise me they're not gonna swing back, I'll box somebody. But if they start swinging back at me, I ain't boxing nobody.
Fucking with these people.
So that's an important thing right there, to take it to the more serious side. I think people think that this podcast and shit is something simple. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. I feel like everybody hits me up like, oh, I'm about to start a podcast.
Fold out
And I'm like, do you know what's about to
cans.
happen? Like, you want to start a go for it. This shit ain't easy. You know what I mean? It's, first off, if you think it's for free, ooh, boy, good luck. You know what I mean? Like, it takes money. It takes effort. It takes time. Everybody's time. Landon's time, Orlando's time, Nova's time, Fred's time, Cato's time, my time. It takes everybody's time. It takes blood, sweat, and tears into this shit. But you're still somehow doing all this and maintaining your family. What is that like for you? And, you know, I say new father, but as we start getting through this, I'm starting to be an experienced father. 19 months in, all right? You see my little guy right there. He looks like he's a linebacker right now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Strong.
And I got my daughter on the way. What is it like? What advice would you give to somebody like me, somebody like myself? And what are your experiences like juggling fatherhood? Mm-hmm. You said you got a 13-year-old, a 3-year-old,
12-year-old, 10 and 3.
Yeah. So what's it like doing that?
I've quickly met your lady, and she's gonna have a lot to do with it. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to have a solid woman, and I've said this a number of times, and not just because my wife is here in the corner, but like without Asia, I couldn't do none of this, man. Because even like I tell you, last week we did Thanksgiving in New York. They went to the Blue Man Group. We went to Central Park, did the tours. We went to the Jets-Dolphins game. We did the little Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. We did all that shit. It was a fun week. But on Tuesday, I had to go to Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and do Inside the NFL. So we left Monday night. They stayed with me in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And then after Inside the NFL we shot, then we had to go to the city to get to the hotel. And then Wednesday morning at 4 a.m., I had to wake up and fly to L.A. to shoot the Nick Kyrgios, the tennis players podcast that we did. So we did Nick Kyrgios. So I flew to L.A. I was in L.A. for 2 hours, 30 minutes to the hotel, did Nick Kyrgios for an hour, go back to the airport and fly another 5 hours. So I was in the air for 10 hours to be in L.A. for 2 hours just to shoot one podcast. And that whole day, my wife was with the kids there. So it's a lot of sacrifice, man. I miss basketball games. I miss football games. I miss all kind of stuff, man. Recitals.
Daddy, daughter, all the.
Are you worried?
My son plays percussion, so you know I miss his performances and different things. And it's just like, and I talk to my kids. Your kids are young, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got babies, and my 3-year-old, he doesn't care. He's a nut. Chaz is a problem, but like my older kids, my 12, my 10-year-old, we talk to them, and they understand. I'm like, you know, Daddy's grinding right now. Daddy's grinding right now so that in 10, 15 years, like, Daddy can retire. Yeah. You're set. We take them to our real estate investment. Like I said, my wife's a genius real estate, mind. Yeah. So, like, we take them when we flipping houses and doing different things like that. We take them and just let them get, like, understand what we're doing, because these houses are going to be yours one day. Like, we're going to, at some point, we're going to pass these properties down to you and give you a head start in life. So they kind of understand that, you know, and my wife missed stuff too, because she, you know, she's an agent, and, you know, we're investors, and she's an agent, so she's finding properties for other people as well as finding our own property. So, you know, she'll miss stuff as well as she's grinding. So we're just grinding, but our older kids do understand that you have to, this isn't, you know, like what we have, and we have a beautiful house and the private school and shit, and they get all the damn Jordans and all, but like this isn't just,
It don't just
this
happen.
isn't easy.
Yeah.
And we really explain to our kids that this isn't easy. But there's to answer your initial question, make sure you have a good ass woman. Yeah. And there's going to be a lot of sacrifice that you have to make. You're going to miss a lot of stuff. You're going to have to run around, but it's all worth it if you really think about it. It's all worth that grind of what we're doing. Because like people always say like, damn, you know, they laugh at me like, damn, bro, you got 10 jobs. Like, yeah, it's not a mistake. Like, I could have said no to these jobs, but I don't want to because I want to try everything. I want to make big moves. I want to set my family up for different than what I had, and I want them to have something different than what we had. Like, our 3 kids are going to be better off than us if we work hard enough. And to even get deeper with that, that's what the others, the you know, talking about brown and black people, that's what we need to do for our children. Is that Absolutely. A lot of people, you know, the white folks, and you even look, bro, talking about New York. Yeah. You look at Chinatown, you look at Little Italy, you look at, you know, the Jewish people, you look at them people, like they stay in their community, they set their kids up, and they really, like, they are going into the world with leverage over our children.
They unionize. They bring it together.
They bring it together. They keep their dollar in their community and all that stuff. That's and so it's true. Where we don't even, you know, we don't have that dollar to keep in our community. So now let's continue to grow. You know, as black folks, we 400 or 500 years behind. It was 1963 when Jim Crow was, you know, Jim Crow was 1960. My daddy was
not too
alive.
long ago.
It's not that long ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing where, you know, we're fighting from behind, but it takes that grind, and nobody's giving you anything. And that's the thing that, like, I think the sacrifice that our kids are going to see, and that we see that what we're doing is bigger than us. It's bigger than what we think it is. Yep. And I know my 2 older children understand it, and just to really know that, and to have a good woman, because yeah, man, not even half, I would say all of this, like, football did happen without my wife, but everything after would have never happened if I didn't have Asia with me. I don't know where I'd have been. Man, I'd have been living in Atlanta somewhere, sitting up in a 2-1 apartment in the hood, broke right now if I ain't find a good woman.
Yeah, that's beautiful that you said it, because a lot of people don't understand the importance of what it's like to have a good woman on your side, a good support system. That all of this is important, all of it. You know, like just as important as it is to have the father raise the son and the daughter, to have that type of mentality, to be, you know what I mean, like to speak their mind. And I'm afraid of it sometimes. I get nervous, you know. Again, I'm 38 years old, 36 when I have 36 or 37 when I have my son, and the fuck do I know? I got 10 nieces and nephews, but what the fuck do I really know? So I get nervous. I'm like, damn, like, as this is progressing, the career is progressing, am I gonna miss moments? Am I gonna be the, you know, daddy wasn't there? That shit's terrifying. So I love hearing it from an individual like yourself that has to experience it in real time, what it's like to not be there for the basketball game, to not be there for that moment. Shit's terrifying right now. Like, it is. Like, me and my girl could get into a fight, and she's like, oh, I'm staying at my dad's for the night or 2 nights. And I'm sitting there like, I can't see my son for 2 nights or for a night or for 8 hours. What happens? I can't imagine what it's like to be able to be doing what you're doing, because the life is demanding for you right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Other people could breeze past it. I'm not going to breeze past it. You're in New York, New Jersey, L.A., fly back. You do a two-hour interview and fly the fuck back?
Yeah.
Fuck no. You know what I mean? Like, that's exhausting. Yeah. It's to some people, they're like, he's got it made.
Yeah.
But when you really have to go through that, it's a nightmare. It's tough. The time away is painful. The time, like, to be able to sit there, sit up, have a 2-hour interview with somebody, or whatever it is, and to be able to have a conversation with them, and knowing that in the back of your head, you're like, damn, I'm missing something. I'm missing this moment, this beautiful moment that I could have with my children and my family, and clock out, clock in. Is wild. People don't understand the effort that it takes. So, like, listen, Kato and I we sit here and we're like, we have these conversations with dope individuals. And we learn.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful, and I'm sure he is, that we get the opportunity to sit here and talk to you and learn from your experiences, because it makes me a better man to be able to have a sit down and conversation with you today, and knowing that what you went through and be able to take that into my life as well.
Man, we all saw, and I don't know y'all's upbringing. I don't know what y'all come from, but we all
Kneeling on rice with hot peppers in the mouth.
Yeah. that's some abusive shit.
You heard, Mom? You heard?
Yeah. Hey, Mama. Yeah, you can't do that shit to nobody no more. That's crazy. But just knowing that we can change the generational, I won't say curse, but just being blessed enough to change that generational curse, being able to put our kids in a situation when we're dead and gone, we damn ashes and motherfucking bugs are crawling through our eyes down in some damn grave. Like, the Crowder name is gonna mean something in South Florida, and hopefully before this is done, the Crowder name will mean something around the world. Where you talk about podcasts, and they're gonna, people be like, yeah, man, the pivot was this. You talk about, linebackers. Even now, people come up to me and they're like, yeah, man, when you intercepted Tom Brady, that was the last game me and my grandfather ever went to together. And stuff like that. Like, it's like dope. Like I'm a part of people's lives. Like I'm a part of their lineage. And that's the thing that I love, is that, like, there's 1,000 millions of last names. There's millions of, my real name's Randolph, which is my government name. Yeah. But there's not, Channing is like a very unique name. My son named Channing. So even my son, like, he'll go get on the football team, baseball team, basketball team, soccer and all. And he'll like, hey, the new kid, Channing Crowder. And they'll look at him like, who's your dad? And he's like, Channing Crowder. And he's like, yeah, Daddy, my coach knows you. Yeah. And stuff like that. So,
yo, Daddy knocked my daddy out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like that stuff is what really that's when that's like the sit back moments when me and my wife travel and, we're sitting, different places. She drags me all kind of goddamn places, Egypt, Barcelona and things. And we're just sitting there together, like on the beach somewhere. And that's the stuff I think about. It's not about the money. It's not about fame. It's like, I've made 7 letters, Crowder. I've made that mean something to millions of people. Is it by media? Is it by sports? Is it by Gators, Dolphins, whatever it is? If you hear Crowder, it clicks to people in their mind. It's like, Channing Crowder?
Yep.
And then from that, where even, like I'm saying, in 50 years from now with our investment properties, and my son owns 4 or 5 houses, and he comes up and he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm Mr. Crowder. And that could be the grandkid of a grandkid of a grandkid of a Dolphin fan. And be like, oh, there used to be a linebacker to play for the Dolphins. Channing Crowder. He'd be like, that's my granddad.
Yep. And then he pulls out his 38.
and lays it on his knee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that like motivates me more. And everybody wants to be rich. Should I play the Powerball and the fucking Mega Million 2 times a week? Because I'm trying to hit that bitch for $1 billion. Like everybody, like like motherfuckers talk about money. All right, well, money is the root of all evil. No, I want some fucking more money. Yeah. What's better than? I think it's another Jay-Z verse. What's better than $1 billion, $2 billion? Like goddamn, let's get
They
the
say
money.
money doesn't buy happiness, but if money buys you the moment that leads you to happiness,
fucking happiness.
Yeah. Of course, money does buy you.
I be arguing with people all the time about that shit.
They said the person who said that just
don't let money create you. Yeah, bitch. Well, live under the bridge for about 2 weeks.
See
if you need money
Show me
to
that positivity.
eat. Goddamn it. Yeah, you be thin as fuck without money.
You said you going where you going to Jamaica soon, right? Something.
Yeah, we go to Jamaica a lot. My wife's best friend is Jamaican, so we go down there a lot.
And you going there soon? You said right earlier on in the interview. You said you're going somewhere. You're going somewhere dope.
I don't know where my wife.
Somewhere you're going dope soon, right?
We going somewhere. Oh, we're going to Atlanta for New Year's.
Atlanta's not that cool.
Stop it.
But
It's cool, but it's not that cool. I've been to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta to watch Murder Mook and Big K battle, and I was there front row with Murder Mook, and that shit was dope. But that's when I went to Atlanta. So what I'm saying is, ultimately, obviously, Atlanta isn't as dope as Jamaica. You know
Jamaica off the chain.
You know but when you go out to these vacations, it's brought to you by those $green bills. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
Yeah. And money. You know what I mean?
bit of happiness.
Money does buy happiness because if it buys the moment. You know what I mean? When you're out there in a different country experiencing something new, and there's people that look at money and they hold it a little too close. I get that. Mm-hmm. But there's also people that understand that simple. Like, in order for me to buy you this engagement ring and to have this dope ass wedding, it took a couple dollar bills to do that. So it does take a little bit of money. In order for me to buy you your favorite food, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It costs a little bit of money. Or buy you your favorite dress or whatever the fuck you wanted. Like, it takes a little bit. In order for the Danza Project to bring you Channing Crowder, all right, to sit here and have these dope motherfucking interviews that we have, dope ass moments, memorable moments, not only for me, for Kato, for the team, for my son. Come on now, like my son's got some dope ass fucking stories. Kato, get on it. Yep. Have a son soon. But think about
how to make a baby.
I know how.
You want to really know?
Get a waterbed.
Get a waterbed. Yeah, anybody get a waterbed.
I've helped out a number of people how to make a baby.
Talk to me.
Look at my wife. She
Yeah,
knows.
I turned around and look at her first.
She knows the story.
Yeah.
Listen, it's the second round.
Okay.
The second round makes babies.
Okay.
The first round is a bunch of dog slobber. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
Do you understand what I'm saying? That first, bunch of fucking dog slobber.
But that
Prostate juice, prostate, and goddamn Cowper's gland. Like
the build up.
It's terrible because I'm very intelligent and I know the male anatomy. Okay, it's a bunch of dog slobber in that first nut.
I never heard nobody call it that, but
God damn it.
I'm with you.
Oh,
That second round,
Pure genetics
is a pure bullet of white baby maker.
You know
He's tripping me out.
You know there's truth to that.
Wait, he's tripping me out because
it's not truth to that. It's the truth. I have a buddy that him and his wife were struggling to make a baby, and I gave him this advice. I said, bro, you got to go 2 rounds. That first round, all you throwing is dog slobber. You got to go round 2 and give that.
I'm tripping out right now.
That little pah.
Yeah.
I feel like both of them.
What?
No, that second one is less dog slobber.
But
But I feel like
that was for that round 2. You got 2 babies off round 2.
Look, he doing math like
You got 2 babies off round 2.
Look,
That's tripping me the fuck out.
you got to remember too, though, that first line is defeated.
I'm really tripping out right now.
There's
though.
defense. The female body defends, and not all the sperm makes it to the egg, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you send in that first.
So my second
wave,
group of soldiers shot the fucking
dog slobber.
shot the. You know what I mean? The whole party.
Round 2 was the real infantry.
You know what I mean? Felt like West Side Gun. Boom, 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 boom.
Do you remember, y'all seen 300?
Yeah.
They sent all them big motherfuckers and jerseys to the front door. And that little hunchback motherfucker snuck around back to the goat path. Y'all gotta send something to the goat path.
Yeah. I got 2 soldiers.
Look,
there.
now you fucked his head
You know
up.
what I mean?
Bro,
No,
I
he fucked
guarantee
my head up because
it's round
it's
2.
kind of how it happened.
Round 2 makes babies.
And I'm
round
38,
2
right?
makes
So like,
babies.
I'm a old dad, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Yeah, so your swarmers ain't kicking.
Yeah, no, but I gave up hope. I thought like I used to Photoshop myself as Blink Man. Yeah. Like, you know who Blank Man is? Yeah. Damon Wayans, I believe.
Okay, there you go.
I used to Photoshop myself as him. Because people be like, why don't you got a kid yet? I sent him that fucking
Blank Man.
Then you started going round 2.
Nah, then I had a kid and I'm like, whose kid is this? God damn it. I don't even I'm Blank Man. What the fuck you talking about? What the fuck you talking about? You're pregnant. Bro. First time she told me she was pregnant, I'll never forget. She invited me over to her family's house, her mom's house. And she had like a box. And her dad told me, because they all speak just Spanish, right? Like just Spanish. You know, I'm from Buffalo, New York. So I'm coming out here. She speaks English. Her whole family speaks just Spanish. And I walk in the house. Her dad's like, happy birthday. And I'm like, he doesn't speak English, so he thinks like whatever he's saying makes sense. It's not my birthday.
Little did you
know what I mean? So he says it again. So now I'm looking at him like, what's the joke?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like 20 people here. What's the fucking joke? I don't like it. I don't like
Tell
surprises.
me what's going
so
on.
I'm looking at him like, all right, bro. Happy birthday.
You mean happy birthday?
Now I'm like mad. Like the whole time I'm mad. So she's like, oh, open the box. I got a surprise for you. So I open the box, but I'm pissed. So I'm like, and it's on video too. I open the box.
Test.
And I read it, and I'm like, huh. And I thought about it because it hit me. I'll tell you it's on video. And it says, like, something, this is for you, daddy. And I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Yo, you can see my face immediately. I'm like, what?
That shit
Who?
hit.
Me? Me?
I'm Blank Man.
Oh. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the predators. That's like, oh, in front of, oh, shit. Like, this is
starting to
happening right
set
now. It's
in.
really like, oh, my God, I got to take all the Blank Man memes back.
That shit
Like,
set in
it's me.
slow. That shit started to make
It's-
sense.
but guess what? I think they were all second rounders.
Hello.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You might
I'm
have
telling
just
you.
broke the code.
Bro,
it's the
I'm
key to
telling
life.
you, it's how to make a baby. It's round 2, and a lot of dudes can't do it, can't crank back up.
That's a
Y'all
good
motherfuckers
point.
gonna be lazy and go to bed.
All
A
right.
lot of people can't.
How bad do you want it?
They can't get that lawnmower ready. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, you gotta go eat you some kiwi, get you a banana, some seltzer water, crank back up.
Write that down. Yeah.
Look at that. Get you a seaweed snack.
Get you.
Listen.
See, you see what happened?
Listen, the team hit me and they're like, you got to get seaweeds snack for Channing Crowder.
Get your little
It's his
iodine,
birthday. He's
get
trying to
your
make
little
sure that he's getting thin for his birthday.
minerals.
And I'm like, Fred, I like Always Busy PR. Shout out to Always Busy PR. Always busy, you know what I mean, doing their thing. And I'm like, Fred, I don't think they got seaweed snacks here. I look through every aisle. Now, the interview's about to like start damn near. He's like, no, they got to have it. This how much I fuck with Fred. You know what I mean? He's like, what you mean they don't got it? It's Publix. And I'm like, I'm telling you they don't got it. So now I'm like hunting people down at the store. The guy's like, it's in the chip aisle. So I'm looking up and down the chip aisle. I'm like, I don't see it in the chip aisle.
Publix got an ethnic.
So
aisle.
then, yeah. So,
That's where it is.
yes, that's where it is. So the dude grabs me. He's like, I think it's in the Asian aisle. And I'm like, it's in the Asian aisle? Seaweed, my boy. It doesn't say whatever the fuck it says in Asian.
Seaweed snacks.
You know what I mean? It doesn't say young ho cool. And
Telling you.
yeah. And so like he says it, so I go to dude walks me to it, right? And the dude that told me to go to the chips aisle also walks over there. He's like, I want to see this. You know what I mean? Like, and the first thing to do when we walk to the aisle, and he's like, for whatever reason, it was the biggest joke. I'm with my nephew, and he's like, I didn't know they had Asian Doritos. And there's a Dorito. There's literally Doritos. But it doesn't say Doritos. But they're Doritos. You could tell they're Doritos. But it says some Asian shit on there. And I was like, damn. And those are really like, and he was like, there's the seaweed. And I'm like, oh, shit, we found the seaweed. And so like, so we started the interview a little bit late just because of these motherfuckers. Just to get the seaweed. And he only opened one of them, I think.
That's part of the concoction.
All the time it took, let's eat some goddamn seaweed snacks.
Oh, them going home with me.
I'm gonna eat one.
Get your seaweed snack. I'm
might
telling you,
not try
man,
it.
y'all gotta crank up.
Y'all
Man, you gotta take care of your
I'm about
body.
to have what?
Another one.
Take care of your body. Your body
Another
take care of
kid?
you.
Start eating seaweed. Add it to your diet.
That just scared me. I'm about to have another kid because of seaweed.
That'll crank you up. You
round two.
gonna do something tonight.
She's She's
Or you already got a baby in there. You can't.
it
do
might
nothing
just
more.
exactly. I'm okay. It might pop out right now. You know what I mean, like
That's crazy.
my last. This tastes like sushi.
Man, that's what they wrap it in. They wrap it in seaweed. That's another thing, man. You gotta y'all take care of your bodies.
Yep.
You eating that bullshit. You ain't gonna make no babies eating no McDonald's every day.
That's true too.
Telling you, man, eating all that fast food ain't making no babies.
Look,
That shit good, ain't it?
So loud.
it's
Yeah, I
seaweed.
read about y'all.
Seaweed.
Extra
It
crunchy.
does taste like sushi, but
It's
I
actually a
don't,
really popular snack, seaweed. Seaweed like
it tastes
this.
like I'm eating sushi right now. I'm not gonna go that far to say it's good.
It's delicious.
If you want to have a baby, you gonna do whatever the fuck you gotta do.
He said it's delicious.
Man,
That's
that
a
shit-
soundbite
seaweed
right there.
popular.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. That seaweed's so good. It
So
make-
I don't want to keep you here all night. I know you got things to do, man. You already shared it with us. You're kind of a busy person. So on this show, we'd like to ask our guests a very special question. And it's a good question because it's not so simple and there's no real wrong answer, at least in my opinion. And the way we like to preface it is life is long, right? You know, you mentioned you come up at the gate, starting over here, coming up to here, coming up to there, always having the second leg all the way into the broadcasting. And the whole thing is, from 1 to 10, right? Usually people ask you, how do you gauge yourself from 1 to 10? But life is long. Life is a lot longer than that. So on a scale from 1 to 100, where would you place yourself on a scale from 1 to 100 in the grand scheme of life? Where would you feel like you're at right now? What's your number?
You know what? I get asked a lot of questions. I've never been asked that. So I'll tell you that's a good question.
Shout my man.
My first response would be 100 because I never thought I'd be where I am. I never thought I'd get requests to come on y'all's show. Never thought I'd be on national TV. Never thought I'd be, playing NFL, lead the Dolphins in tackles for years. Like, I never thought that. So it's 100 and it's 0 at the same time because I don't know what the future is holding either. Yeah. So I never thought I'd be here. Yeah. So I think I've overachieved. But like we talked about earlier, like what's in the future, whatever comes up, and whatever comes up, like it's funny. I tell my wife stuff like this all the time. Like we'll be talking. Even the comedy stuff I got coming up, and everybody asked me. They asked me recently once we released like the promo for the comedy. So my homeboy started calling me like, "Bro, you about to stand up in front of 1,000 people and talk. Are you nervous?" I'm like, "Nah, let's go up there and bullshit. Like it's gonna work out.
Yep.
Like it's good. Like
that energy.
It's just good. So like there's no fear of failure." And when there's no fear of failure, I really believe that anything that approaches me or any opportunity that I have put in front of me, like I honestly believe you throw that bitch over the plate, I'm about to knock that bitch out the park.
Come on.
So I've done it so many times at different avenues that I give myself a 80.
Okay.
I'll give myself a 80 because I know that there's so much more to do that this next 20 is about to be stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I know it sounds cocky, and that's why I kind of thought about it a lot. Like, when you asked, I thought about it, like, it still sounds so cocky, but like the seasoning that's coming out is going to go crazy. The comedy's going to go crazy. I know, like, what Inside the NFL's doing now, like, I know other opportunities are going to come from it. And, like,
come on.
it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, shit, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll say I've done so much so far, and I say it a lot. And when I tell my story, when I start telling stories, I told some stories today, but when I really start telling my stories and going and just bullshitting with my homeboys, like, at some point people like, man, you done lived 10 lives. You know, so I've done so much with 40 years. I'll be 40 in 4 days.
Come on.
So I've done so much in 40 years, and I got 50 left. Like, what the fuck's going to happen for this next 50?
That's wild to think about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about what you've done to this point, and really for the first, 16, 18, whatever it is, you ain't really did shit. So, honestly, like, I've really had 20 years and some change to live, and I'm known internationally. So now I got 50 more. Like, that shit's going to be stupid.
Yep.
Of what's going to grow from there if I keep this same grind and I keep the same drive and I keep the same circle and I keep, you know, like my wife is so focused as well. So, like, she pushes me so hard. So whenever I want to bullshit, she'll be like, nope.
Come on.
We got to
Get
go.
back in there. Yeah.
My team, Johnny Williams, Alex Alexis, just White Cloud Media, Victor DeMesman, like all these people around me that's like, no, they see it and it's proven. And they're like, no, you got to do this. You got to do this. Yeah. Try this. And I never say no. So the first 40, I'm going to give myself 100. And I know for this next 40, shit, you might have to move the scale to 200. Because it's so much out there to do.
So much life to live.
It's so much life. It's so much success that can be achieved. And that's the thing a lot of people don't see. Like, they put themselves in this box of what you can do. What I can do as a college dropout, a single family home, you know what I'm saying? Like a single mother in Atlanta, you know, struggling, going to Florida, dropping out of college. Like, like what I've done so far, like, what the hell can I do now that I have this head start? So that's the crazy thing, but that's the thing I try to motivate a lot of kids with, a lot of people I talk to. Like, people wanna limit themselves. Can you do national TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know? I don't know, but shit, cut the camera on. You know, like, that's what a lot of people don't do. Like, they just don't. They don't. But it's almost like a confidence, ego, you know, thing. Like, just try. Just try. Take chances. See what happens. Failure is growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, failure is growth.
You said it earlier when you said failures are lessons.
It's lessons. Like, I haven't achieved everything, but when I do mess up, when things don't go the perfect way it's supposed to go, okay. And that's why, honestly, the name of the podcast, The Pivot, came from that. Yeah. Okay, we headed this way successfully. Shit, we got to pivot. Yeah. Let's pivot. But this way is not the right way. This way is the way you're going. If you pivot and go that way, that's not the right way, but that's the way you're going. So floor. If you're driving in the direction, floor the motherfucking gas.
Let's go.
You going left, right, up, down. If you're headed there, floor it.
Hadouken!
Yeah.
Floor it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put the pedal to the metal, whatever direction you're going, and it's not the wrong direction. Might not be the right direction, whatever it is, but you're headed somewhere very fast and very aggressively with a lot of focus and a lot of passion. And that's all I do. and have good people around you.
Yeah.
And shit, that's what. Yeah, without my team, that's the one thing. Without a good team, like I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be living under a bridge.
I love that you do that too, though, because I see you taking a lot of responsibility for the success, but you're also quick to say, hey, I'm not doing this alone. Between my team and my wife, and of course the kids, of course, but those two right there, you bring them up in the same breath. There's no shadow of a doubt that, listen, it's me, but with me is this little squad, and that's how all of this is possible. What I really like about that question, and that's one of his questions that he likes to ask, and usually the way he'll kind of support that question after is he says, I believe you reach your 100 or you find out your 100 multiple times.
I was about to you good, motherfucker.
We've been doing this.
I heard his answers, and definitely led to what you're saying.
Yeah. Because I mean, you can't limit yourself, right? That's how the question came up, because it started out as 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, whoa, life is grand. I'm gonna meet 10 by the time I'm 20, 21, 25, whatever the age is for you. So let's go 1 to 100. Life is grand. Life is long. So much stuff could happen. You could find yourself many different times. You could try many different careers, many different families. Please don't do that, but you can.
Yeah.
So it's always interesting to see, and there is no wrong answer for that. We've had people say 20, 45, 130. We've had people go all the way across the scale. Nobody said it the way you said it. You said, shit, I'm going to get to here, and then you're going to have to push that scale, push the post again, because I'm coming again,
Yeah.
It's dope.
And I would say, like, you talking about just giving people credit. If you got a team that really cares and fucks with you, they're gonna push you harder than you can push yourself.
Hello. Especially when you don't feel like doing it.
They really will, because like football, like when I retired football, I'm the 1% of 1%. Made a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My wife, even when I was playing, was telling me different things I could do. She was talking about the media stuff. She was like, people love talking to you. Yeah. People just, and she sees it. Like, I just go and fuck off and sit at the bar and talk. She's like, people enjoy talking to you. Like, you're an engaging person. Like, this can be something. That can be something. And it's nothing that I wouldn't see. My attorney, who gets me different things, and like him and my wife are damn near best friends too. Yeah. My financial guy. It's just like other people see things in you, and you have to trust them and to believe in them, and really fuck with them the way they fuck with you. Yep. And like I always say, I'm the front man. I'm the face and the front man of a big ass machine. Yeah. So when people see me, and everybody, even when people ask me to do stuff or ask me to, as of y'all seen it, like, hey man, jump on the pod, cool. Text him, call him, call him, text him, text him.
Could you post this for me? Sure, but do me a favor. Send it. Get my email.
Yeah, and then we
can go through the proper order, and
we can move and do it. And that's the thing that I'm blessed with. Like you said, I keep bringing it up. It's just that team, and that the business side and the kid side though, bro. Yeah. Bro, get you a good woman.
That's that 7-letter name. You know what I mean?
Get you a good woman
to make history.
Make Danza mean something.
Tough.
More than just letters. Make it mean something.
You know what Danza means, though? All right, so I'm gonna say this because you are 83.
1983. Yeah.
So you know, right? Like, I was still doing music for a while, and I'm also an entrepreneur. So I'm like, I'm the fucking boss. I mean, who's the boss? Me, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And who else was the boss? Who's the boss?
Tony
Danza.
Who's the
boss? You know what I mean?
I see how you. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Look, now that shit starting to click.
You get it? Who's the boss? Motherfucker. Me. That's who.
He like that shit. He fuck with that.
Now you know what I'm talking about, right?
Tony Danza.
Yeah,
that old ass show with the
And Ange. You know what I mean? But I didn't need a 38 special to tell me. You know what I mean? But
Tony Danza ain't tough.
Hey, he was the boss though.
Yeah,
he
was the boss.
The boss.
Yeah.
Man,
Ange was the boss
clever.
though. She might have been the boss.
Yeah, all the
she
women.
was
The
the
women
boss.
run everything.
But that was where it all came from.
Really?
Yeah. 'Cause-
That's cool.
Yeah, who's the boss? Tony Danza. You know what I mean? So that's how it started. That's how it all began. Yeah. And then it was the Danza Project. You know what I mean? 2 entrepreneurs. And we started it. I was living somewhere else from a small ass room. It was a bedroom that was literally a project. I was going to build a recording studio out of it. I'm not sure if you're familiar. I always shout out my guys from Buffalo, Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher, Westside Gun. I used to be in the studio when they were in the studio young because I used to do music, and I learned from the same person that started them off, DJ Shay. He's the one that taught me how to use all the programs and everything. Hey, this is how you record. This is how you make the audio sound good. This is how you get the visuals to look right. This is how you make it. You know what I mean? I learned from him. And rest in peace to DJ Shay. But that's how I learned it all. So like becoming the boss is a journey. It's an incredible journey, and living through all this life that we've gone through and learning all the things that I've learned throughout life. I'm grateful for everything that I've been through. But yeah, this is all a project. You know what I mean? Like from the everything that you've been through and everything that you've learned. Like it's. The pivot, it was a project at first. Yeah. And now, you know what I mean? People are all across the world are learning what it's like. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. And it's never an end either. Even the pivot, the success of the pivot, the success of football, the success of the radio show, the success of, Inside. You just keep pushing. Like, you're doing all this, like the comedy. And the seasoning are the next 2 things up. Like you have all these things going. Why are you doing that? Why not?
Why not?
Why not to do it?
Yeah.
So that's the thing too, is like, let's just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Just keep grinding. Just keep trying. Take chances. Do different things. And that's what a lot of people do. And I would say, honestly, I think when I retired, I got complacent knowing that I had I was doing, radio. I got, the radio show and some different ventures, and then got into real estate, and it was kind of a complacency that got into me. And my wife snapped me out of it. Nice. Of like, just keep like, do more. Yeah. Because you can do more.
Keep saying that over and over
you can
and
do
over
more.
again, man.
You can do more.
Shout out to you. Like, even being here tonight. Like, if you don't know, his wife is sitting right here. And by your side.
Full support.
Like, what is it by your side? Like State Farm?
Nationwide.
Nationwide.
We all sung that goddamn song, didn't we? Nationwide is on your ain't no goddamn State Farm.
Damn good marketing, damn it.
Yeah, man. But
that's dope.
Yeah. And complacency is easy to fall into, hard to get out of. Yeah. Because you can. It's easy. It's
comfortable.
It's easy to put. Why did they create cruise control on a car?
That's a good question.
It's easy.
Yeah.
You can take your foot off. You don't have to look down. You don't have to do anything. You can just hold the wheel and stay inside the lines. But why don't be in cruise control?
Yeah, nowadays you don't even have to do anything. You just press the button. It just stays there for you.
And the wheel drives.
They got a motherfucking Tesla. I seen it in my old lady's car. You don't even got to touch the fucking wheel.
Yeah.
Man, first time I looked over, she was driving and playing on her damn computer, and that goddamn car riding the flag. Man, I was scared to the motherfucker. Yeah.
Different.
But it's easy. Cruise control is easy. Just stay inside the lines. But why? Switch lanes, get around people, try to advance.
Yeah, man. I also think it's important to try different stuff too, because the more stuff you pick up, the more stuff you can drop off to your kids and leave to your kids and instill in your kids. Learn how to cook, learn how to golf, learn how to, fix this, fix that, drop that. Try different things, because that's the stuff that you can instill in your children. it's not just for you too. It's the legacy you want to leave behind. I feel like, you know, so you'll be able to show your kids how to cook like you do on the. I see you on the social media, on the media and stuff. You can show them what it is to drop in at the studio or go stop by the stadium or come see me at the Improv and laugh a little bit. Show you what this look like. You know, all this stuff that you're picking up, they're gonna see and they're gonna have in their veins. Really, I think that's the dopest shit.
Well, my kids, they know how to drive boats. They know how to cook. My son loves to cook, makes his own breakfast, make a hell of an omelet, like just stuff like that. To your point,
And that boy be fishing.
oh,
He's like a real fisher. You know
my old fish. Yeah. Everybody got a fish in my family. Yeah, you on that boat? Your ass better get a pole. We got to put some goddamn snapper in this boat.
I'm convinced you a Floridian, man. You are a straight up Florida boy down there.
20
man.
years, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's been long. It's been a long one, but
Yeah, I'm 7 years into it, I believe.
Come on, we're gonna get you fishing.
You
too.
know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm not going fishing. My back hurts too much. I'm not
call
doing
Stacks
anything.
up.
I'm
We
not
gonna get
doing
you
anything
fishing.
that like require me to. Again, I'm an aggressive human being. If the fish is starting to get away, I'm gonna do some shit
You
that I don't
can't
need to be
fish
doing.
aggressively.
yeah, you
And I'm
gotta
gonna
take it
fall
easy.
off with the fish. You know what I mean? It's all right. You know what I
You
mean?
gotta take it. I got a boat. I got a boat big enough where you can relax.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you don't gotta feel
You can go inside in the air condition. You know, you got a refrigerator, bed, and all.
There you go.
Plus, everybody knows a dolphin is just a fake gay shark.
Oh, stop that, man! We're not gonna leave on that note. I ain't gonna lie, I never heard that one before.
Yeah,
but
you know what I mean.
heard that
Shout out. That's Buffalo. You know what I
About to
mean.
say, sound
We
like
know
some
what
shit
the
they say in
Dolphins
Buffalo.
do. Yeah, I can't let you slide just like that. You know what I mean. You know how it is. Like,
Oh no,
Bill's Mafia all day.
Yeah, y'all dive through tables. Y'all are very
Yeah, we do it
intelligent.
all. We do it all.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's break our motherfucking
Yeah,
back.
shout out to my bro Danny. Danny,
That's
Danny,
gonna help the team win.
Listen, Danny. Shout out to my bro. He was like, you got Channing Crowder coming up there. He's like, I watch that show all the motherfucking time. I know you had Brandon up there, but he's like, Channing, that's my motherfucking boy. He doing the fishing, he be doing it. He called me up. I called him up tonight because he called me up a few times. I called him up tonight. I'm like, yo, I actually tried to video call him right before, but he was like, I'm gonna tell you this about him, that about him, this about him. He's like, that's my man right there. Like,
And I appreciate Danny.
Yeah.
Not my man, but I appreciate you, Danny. Real talk, man.
He's the father of my two nephews.
okay.
But man, that motherfucker, like, you're the illest to him. Like as far as like this whole media shit's concerned, he don't want to hear from nobody else. When Channing speaks, and I'm like, ain't no motherfucker like more Buffalo than you, my boy. Like,
He said, hold on.
You know what I mean? He donned the Dolphins jersey. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't give a fuck about the Bills. I love the Bills, but when it comes to this, he's like, that's my boy right there. He be talking that shit. He's like, I'm just happy you get to listen to him talk that shit. He wanted to be out here for the show tonight.
That's
But it's
cool,
dope,
man.
You know what I mean? You got some crazy, not crazy. You got some
Passionate.
passionate fans. They love you.
And mine is football too. Like it's people now, and it blows my mind, bro. It's people now that don't even know I play ball. These little young kids, these motherfuckers come to me and they'll say, "You're the TikTok guy." Swear to God, bro. I heard first 3-4 times I heard it, like I don't want to say it got to me, but like I was messed up by it, like bitch,
All American.
Bitch, I was all American. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, huh? These kids,
TikTok
it's always teenage girls. And I'll be in the airport and they'll run up to me and say, "You're the guy off TikTok." And the first 3-4 times I was kind of hurt by it. Now, shit, 20, 30, 40, 50 times, I'll be
That's
like,
right. You want to pick?
that's me. Do you follow me? Do you subscribe and like? Go on YouTube, Pivot Podcast. Like now I try to play into it. I'm playing into that influencer role, whatever it is. But no, man, it's
crazy.
They talk about the reinvention and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's something that I didn't know. I didn't know how important it was until it happened, and then now it's transforming into something else where it's not just you're the linebacker, it's you're the TikTok guy, you're the guy off this, the guy off that, the guy off this, the guy off that, and just honestly different branches of fame, but also different branches of income, diversifying. You know,
yeah.
Give me that check.
Just to share something with you, we had I think it was Vlad that said this because I asked him a question. I said, "Do you feel like because we're fairly new, we've had great success early, but we're fairly new, and a lot of people don't know who we are just yet. We got fans out there that just haven't met us yet, right?"
I like what somebody said recently. Keep your
Thought.
Your thought. I like what somebody said recently though. Stop calling them fans. Call them your supporters.
Okay,
You know.
I like that. So a lot of supporters out there that haven't necessarily met us just yet. They're supporters. They just don't know it yet. They don't know us yet. And I was asking them, I was saying like the barrier for entry as far as doing podcasting, I felt like we might have a little bit of a hurdle to overcome because we're not bringing my fans from my supporters from my rap career. I'm not bringing my supporters from my, NFL career, NBA career, my fight career, or anything like that. We're just two guys with a podcast, and I was asking him, I said, do you feel like that's something that's a little bit more difficult for us? And he said, well, not necessarily, because there are people out there that had a career in whatever lane, if it was through fashion, acting, sports, whatever it was, they have podcasts and those are still not successful. Mm-hmm. So even if they have a crowd, presumably you think that crowd will carry over into the podcast, but if the content isn't there, if the quality of the show isn't there, the substance of what y'all are talking and putting out there isn't there, ain't nobody checking for you, So having this pivot, having this second leg, second lane, third, fourth, fifth for you now, the fact that people are still rocking with you shows that it's actually something there. It's not just people who know you for being Channing Crowder, the football player.
Yeah.
You are an influencer. You are a podcaster and a broadcaster and all these things too. You really are those things. So it's good that you're accepting it with grace now.
It is. It's funny because I was outside with OG, producer, I forget his name.
Landon.
We got Landon and Orlando, so it's okay.
Okay, so Landon over there, so we outside waiting by the door when we rolled up, and he introduced us like I'm producer. I was like, bro, y'all's broadcast, like y'all's imaging is immaculate. And then he said, so he was like, well, yeah, some smart people shit. This is first.
Sound like Landon.
This is the first in 4K. I said I had to go to 749 DCS or some shit. He said.
Let him
and I
tell
was like,
you
bro,
we ain't done yet.
And I was like, bro, I don't know what you're saying, but I watch podcasts and I watch what the production of it. And as I watch our podcast, I was like, the production, the cameras are top notch. And I know it from ours where it's not just on the person that's talking, but when somebody's saying something, I guess engaging, you can get the reaction of other people. And that's why I was asking y'all, like, how are you going to do? Y'all edit it and what you're going to do. So I understand that side of it. And that's the thing I tell people. People come to me all the time, bro, and say, oh, me and my cousin going to start a podcast. I say, well, congratulations, motherfucker.
Let me know how it goes.
What can you give me? I said, be consistent and put out good content. That's all you can do. Be consistent, put out good content. Everybody wants to go viral. Everybody, and you even know like the algorithm and all.
Yeah.
Algorithm not off one viral moment. It's off consistent
tokens in the
stuff.
machine.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the whole thing where we'll go viral. And you go viral once in 2 years, you're not getting up in the algorithm. You're not working like the YouTube and all this stuff. Like it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
But if you can be consistent, and everybody knows that this is dropping on this day every single week for years, it's like we used to do with Martin, and we used to do with the Cosby Show. We used to do. Remember, you had to be home Wednesday at 9.
Yeah.
It wasn't no damn streaming. It wasn't that. Like you had to be home Wednesday at 9 to watch this. You had to be home for 6 o'clock to watch that. And that's what that's the everybody wants the cheat code to podcasting. That's the cheat code.
Just consistency.
Make good content and be consistent as hell. We haven't missed a Tuesday or Friday in 2 years.
Wow. Bravo.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's hard as fuck.
It's moving like y'all move.
We haven't missed a Tuesday or Friday so that's what people know. They know Tuesday and they know Friday you're gonna get something from us. And if it's Saturday, you jump up. Sunday, you jump up. Damn, the pivot that put something out on Friday. Let me go look.
Let me go check for it.
Let me go check for it. Let me go see. And that's its consistency. First, to your point, it's good content.
Okay.
Like, don't sit up here and ask a bitch shit. How's the top 4 receivers of all time? Shit like that. Nobody wants to hear that goofy shit.
I mean, that shit only go 1 or 2 episodes.
It only
and then
goes
after
so
a while, bro.
Make good content, but you got to be consistent, and that's what a lot of people struggle
You
with.
somehow have to convince Brittany Renner to twerk on
Come
Charleston White.
I don't think we have to do that. I think it's already.
No. What I'm saying. It's the unorthodox moments.
That was wild.
Oh man, trust me, we got the after hours footage.
Okay, that was a little different. That was,
It was a wild time. But what I'm saying is, like, you know what I mean? You got to get it.
Have something.
You got to have it pop
Have
out.
something. Have something going on.
That
Real moments.
that is wild. That real moment's wild.
Yeah.
But then you got to follow it up with good. So now you're like, oh, I'm a fool with these dudes. They they got this. Now you got to hit them with good stuff. Even if it's positive, like even if it, like we won't have a big name, but the message is stupid.
Absolutely.
So it's, who is this guy? One of the best episodes we have was I forget his name. Big dude in mental health. He has all this stuff, and he was spitting facts. And he came.
Mike Sartain or Rolly?
No, Sartain was talking about it, but it was a linebacker. I forget.
For you, you're saying, right?
Yeah, for the pivot.
Oh, okay.
And it was like I think we did it the same day as Jamarcus Russell or something, and we were like, yeah. So Jamarcus Russell was going to be big anyway because people don't really hear from him too much. So we knew that.
Interviews.
And we were like, now. So then we did the other show, and we were like, man, shit, that's some real stuff.
Yeah.
So then people listen to Jamarcus, and they come back a week later like, oh, who they got it again? And then they start listening to this dude, and they're like, damn.
Jamarcus had people leaning.
Had people believe, but then the less known name did just the numbers that Jamarcus did.
Wow.
Because you hit them with something that they didn't expect after you hit them with the name. So you do names, but it's funny, like people always talk about the big names. What's this Night Show and Jimmy Kimmel and all them?
Yeah.
Jimmy,
They Fallon and Kimmel and all, they never run out of guests, do they?
Never. Never.
Got the whole
What's the
world
old
at
the old motherfucker
Letterman
and them? They never ran out of guests.
True.
It's just different guests. It's just different people. It's just different angles. Tamron Hall. I was watching her this morning in Boston. I didn't know who was on there, but the story was amazing.
Yeah.
You don't run out of guests. You don't run out of humans. You don't run out of stories. You have to ask the right questions. You have to paint it right.
Ask the right question.
And I think that's something that we got, that we value at least. You know what I mean? Like, I got the money to be able to afford whatever interview we want to get, and we got some dope interviews on the way, and we got a dope interview tonight.
Got a nice little catalog too.
And like some of the people are like, "No, you gonna pay me this?" You know what I mean? Like, and then you see the interviews pop out. Like, I mean, last month we were supposed to interview Jada Pinkett Smith when it was going on, but I'm like, you had 4 interviews, sweetheart. Like,
More than that.
before, like, I'm not paying that fee.
Yeah.
Because they already heard that story. If I'm going to pay that fee, like, I got to somehow justify why I'm not going to give that to my son. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it was a great story. Congratulations. Everybody already heard it already. I don't want to fucking pay the fee.
The reruns.
5, you know what I mean? Like, it's
100%,
cool.
yeah.
Thank you. I don't want episode 5. I want episode 1.
Yeah.
But shit, nonetheless, I appreciate you even taking our phone call. You know what I mean? Shit like that. It's tough. I tell Kato all the time, especially more recently, I'm like, you know what's dope is how we saw Gary Vee pop up on our feeds every single day. It's almost how people are starting to look at us. We don't even notice it yet. You know, what the fuck do they know the differences of if we're rich or not? You know what I mean? They just say he's driving around the Benz, he's got his own podcast, he owns his own business. To other people, he's rich. They don't see the struggle, they don't see the hard work. They think $1 million, he's rich. They don't know that $1 million could go that quick. You know what I mean? They don't know what the real effort is like. So you're talking about all this stuff that you're going through, and the way that I want to close this interview out is he asked you what's 0 to 100, you're at an 80. Mm-hmm. So what does 100 look like?
That's kind of I don't I don't know because I don't know what's in the future. It's so much more that's gonna come from everything that's going on now. Like I said, with the seasoning line, I fully believe that a restaurant will come or something in the food industry is gonna come from that. With the media I'm doing now, there's gonna be more media to come from that. I don't know what it's gonna be. You even seen like Michael Strahan transition from sports into what's this motherfucker doing now? Good Morning America. You know what I'm saying? Like I
By the way, shout out to Nate Burleson. He will be with us live tomorrow.
Nate is a great dude. Yeah. Love Nate to death.
It's gonna be a good one.
Nate's a very smart, very motivated. Like we probably have a lot of the same messages because Nate's a good guy. But it's just that I can't. If I tell you what's the finish line, then I think I'm almost handicapping myself. Mm. You know,
like that.
I like his question. It's different than we've gotten.
It's just I don't know what's to come, so I can't say when I get there that's 100 because I think there's so much more in the works from what I'm doing and what I can do and what I don't even know I can do. So that's why it almost sounds like I'm dancing around the question, but
it's
there's so much. I never thought a seasoning line. I never thought a comedy show was in the works. I never thought Inside the NFL. Like, bro, Inside the NFL?
That's crazy.
Like, to be on Inside the NFL, like, I never thought somebody would look at me and be like, hey, bring your country ass, college dropout ass on Inside the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that next Inside the NFL, I don't know what that is. And when they throw that goddamn watermelon over that plate, I'm gonna hit it out the park.
He said it earlier. The two most important days. He was mentioning what I was talking about. Mark Twain said the two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. I think that's the dopest quote to me. I just want to twist it up all the time because I think you find out why at least 7 times.
Yeah.
Because you start with why. One of my favorite authors is Simon Sinek, and it's called Start With Why. You find out your why several different times in your life. So you answered the question perfectly, because it might be your why today. I'm living for my kids, I'm living for my family, but that might not be the same why 10 years from now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they might be set. Now you're like, okay, well now, not only that, I got 30 years of our generation set up. You know what I mean? I'm working on that. So your why changes here and there. So look, first of all, man, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for coming up here tonight.
Man, I appreciate it.
Super dope interview, and this is everything we ever want. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for it, and you know, we had Brandon Marshall up here, so it was that little bit of like, oh, how is this interview gonna go because we already did this and stuff, and it's dope to hear your side of it, and to know that you and I, Kato, can navigate through it and hear your truth, and for people to understand it as well, because there's a lot of people that pick sides. It's not about picking sides, it's about just understanding there's just full story going on, and everybody has their own real life and their own scenarios and what you're looking after and what they're looking after. And that's what's most important. So shout out to the family, your wife, your kids, and everything you're doing. I wish you the most success in your future. And I know you're going places that I can't even imagine right now. You know what I mean? But, man, thank you.
Man, I appreciate y'all, bro. Real talk, man. I appreciate y'all having me on. And, yeah, man. And I never thought I'm sitting in that damn jail cell, staring at that crackhead taking shit.
Yeah, there you go. Bring it back.
And now I'm doing what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? So whatever anybody's going through, whatever the lowest point is, bro, it's always something else.
Keep going.
It's always something else. And that's the thing. I like to just preach that to people where I'm not supposed to be here. I go to JA and Boys and Girls Club and all this stuff, and I was a Boys and Girls Club kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am the kid that y'all are giving, old shoes to 30 years later. Yep. So to be honest, that's exactly what it is, man. But appreciate what y'all do and appreciate the because y'all are trying to get the message out. And that's what I love about, watching, and after y'all reached out, catching up on y'all's catalog. Y'all are really trying to get the message out. So I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you. Great interview, man.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate you. Again, wish you the most success. And, anytime you're in jail, just don't look at them in the eyes.
No more jail.
Don't look at them in the eyes.
No more hot Hennessy.
All that.
And we
I ain't
moving
getting
on
locked up no more. I ain't getting locked up no more, hopefully.
I'm going to really come see you. Improv is when? Miami.
December, look at that, 14th.
She's ready to go to sleep. She's like,
Yeah, she tired.
yeah,
Well,
she's on point, too.
December-
She's like, at any point.
December 14th.
You know what I mean? You want to dictate the
Miami
conversation, just say
Improv
no.
is the first one we're going to do. Daniel Improv in January, but December 14th is Miami Improv. It's on the website.
Fire, we're there.
Yeah, it's on the website. It's gonna be some stories, some
About to eat some more of this seaweed.
Well,
That
get you some
is-
It tastes
seaweed,
kind of
man.
good, though.
No, it's good. It's fine.
It does taste good.
Shit's good,
Shot
man.
good. You know what I mean?
December 14th, Miami Improv
Miami
special
Improv.
event, 8 p.m. in Doral, Miami. Channing Crowder, uncensored, baby, live.
Yeah. If you don't like cuss words, you might not want to be there.
Don't go there.
Don't show
It's a
up.
bunch. These stories. I gave y'all some stories. These stories are.
We'll be there.
These stories are different.
Word.
All right, so then we got to get some VIP tickets, just remember.
Nah, we in
These
there.
stories are different.
We in there.
Appreciate y'all, man. All love, baby.
All right, Orlando Landis, sign us off. This is episode 152. You don't know the motherfucking episode number, goddamn. All right, sign us off. Peace.